It still says schedule. There it goes. Oh, Bianca, hey!
Bianca's here.
I love it. Like, I'm here. I have
She's like, I've been waiting for you bitches for forever.
Oh, you bitches, where are you? I think I feel like everyone's gonna be feisty tonight. I'm gonna be feisty.
100%. I'm gonna warn everyone now. I have issues.
There were some issues brought up in this installment.
I mean, still 5 stars, but definitely wanted to punch at least everybody.
I had absolutely zero patience for patience in this book. Zero. No, nothing. I was just like, I literally can't with you right now, girl. I cannot with you.
Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
Well, because she'd go back and forth, and then she's like, I don't understand why he's like this. And I'm like, because you're giving him mixed signals. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
how about those men
like,
having some self-respect too? Like choose for her, you know?
Hi, Elizabeth. And seriously, like, I feel like it was towards the beginning of the book where, that's
don't worry,
that's okay. We love that you showed up.
We'll spoil it all for you. So.
I know. You won't even have to read it. But I like how just like at the beginning of the book, it was literally like she was like remembering a conversation between herself and Sebastian, and he was saying like, I don't want anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, exclusive, and he's like, yeah, exclusive. And then the entire book she was like, oh, I don't know if we're official or not. I don't know. And I'm just like, woman, what? Like, you literally had this conversation. How do you not know if you're official or not?
I'm with you, Bianca. I am as well. It was hard because I wanted to audiobook and I just can't. I couldn't. I did end up getting Alexa to read it to me. So
Alexa to read it to you. You should have had Siri. She reads it faster.
I was going to text you how to figure that out because I got it, but it would only read 1 page at a time. And I'm like, I don't want to have to switch the page. Like, the whole point is for me to be able to do something and then have you read it to me.
You mean on Hoopla?
No, not on Hoopla, on Alexa. No, sorry. I was trying to get Siri to read to me and I could only get her to read to me a page at a time. I couldn't get her to continuously go.
I found a way around that on Hoopla. I got the book on Hoopla. So you turn the book, instead of page by page, you do a continuous scroll.
Oh.
You can change it. Yeah. Well, have a great night, Bianca. I don't know if you're leaving now or. She's like, hi, bye.
I think the most frustrating thing for me was at one point they were having dinner, her, Adrian, his mom, Sasha, who's got a drinking problem, and then her parents. And she was just like, I drank a lot of wine and I want him to like come up because it was Adrian taking her home. And I was like, you drank extra wine with the intent that he was going to walk you upstairs. I know what walking you upstairs is, Patience. I'm not that innocent. And I was like, you're dating another man. Come on.
Oh, I was so irritated. I was
But she wasn't sure if they were dating or not, right?
Yeah, she wasn't sure if they were official or not. And also what made me very angry as well. After they literally had sex, the next section was like, yay, we're official. And then like 2 paragraphs later, she's like, are we official? Like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to strangle you with my bare hands.
I told Nicole this earlier. I don't know, Erin, if I mentioned it when you came on, but I was like, I literally could not enjoy the fact that they had got together because I was so mad. I was like, this is why I can't do love triangles anymore. Like, they infuriate me so much. And I'm just like, I need you to pick. I can't have you be wishy-washy. I can't have this like perfect specimen over here and then have this, as Nicole called them, wannabe like reject that just sticks around. I'm like, I need this one to just eaten by sharks, which going back to last week, sharks. Okay, not okay. Never going in the water again. Like, this solidified it. It's not happening.
This book solidified it.
Brought the sharks in, yeah.
And yeah, I think I like highlighted a quote where like it was during like their love scene and Sebastian was just being so romantic and swoony, and she's like, what do you dream about? And he was like, I used to dream about, you know, like serving my country and protecting people, and now I dream about you. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, could you imagine, like, you have that, that beautiful man. And then you're still pining over the town has-been football player. Like, stop it.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Charles,
Hey,
how are
Charles.
you? I was so irritated. I was like, that. I was just like Jen. I was like, I can't even enjoy the fact that they're having sex in this cozy because of this.
Yeah, Charles. Nicole
Yes.
got together with the streamers at the bottom. I don't know what that's called. Footer? Header?
Banner.
Footer. Banner. There you go.
Footer.
Bruce Banner.
Yes, you can sign. There's a document in the description box. You can click on it and sign in to be a part of the live streams. We would love to have you.
Yeah. Oh.
We're
So
just
Julie and
ranting.
Lindsey, if you're watching it, we love the book. Don't get us wrong.
Beach sex is never a good thing. They didn't have sex on the beach. It was actually in a bed, and it was like we had got some really great foreplay before the fade to black, which is what you can, just hope to get in a cozy. So
I mean, I read it and I was honestly like, how come? Hey, Alicia. Yeah, I was like, I need this to be in the Seaside Cafe series. Like, it has to happen.
Oh,
like, can we get a moment between her and Grady? Just please.
Y'all only read Julie and Lindsey. Where were you like last year when we were reading like
Gina Showalter?
We read.
Yeah, there we go.
Were you there for Gina Showalter? I can't remember, Charles. But also we read Leonie Taylor. We read Shadow and Bone. We read the whole Fisherverse. Like, where were you about that? I need
this one has some spice.
This one does have some spice, I tell you.
Sorry, they're doing work on the heater and air conditioning, and there's a smell now. It's not pleasant.
We should invite Steve Johnny. He reads everything and he had stuff to say on a live.
Oh.
He does. If he would, come on over.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's. I don't know if we could talk about that on your channel even.
Honestly, like that's literally all we could talk about when we read a Madison Faye book. It was like, let's talk about all the positions they found themselves in because there's literally nothing else to talk about. There's no plot.
100%. I can attest to that because it made me angry. And then the second she tried to like throw in some plot, I was like, where's the sex? What's happening here?
Wait a second. What's going on here?
She like reads the first page. I'm like, okay, no plot, straight to the sex. And then the plot happens. You're like, wait, where's the sex? I did not sign up for this plot nonsense. You Madison Faye. She got on my nerves in die book.
Yes. All of us. Yeah.
It got to the point where I was just like, when they like towards the end of the book, spoiler alerts, towards the end of the book when they were in that little cavern and they were drowning, I'm like, just drown. I can't even with you right now. I can't.
When he was like, let me go, I was just like, yes, let him go. Get rid of one of the angles of this triangle. Like, it needs to just sweep away and be done. Like, no one's gonna miss him. No Team Adrian's here. Oh those shirts made me so angry.
See, those shirts were, I was cackling at that. I was like, nah.
I was this close.
During that scene, I was just like, oh, this is it. My Sebastian ship is going down in flames because she's like, oh, I'm just gonna regret like so much if we die. And like I was so afraid that she was gonna have this like epiphany that she really loved Adrian this whole time and dumb Sebastian. I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God. I have a question for you, Aaron. What genres do you read and are you on YouTube?
I am on YouTube, so I'm on the channel called The Book Brood, and we're going to be gearing up here soon. We're going to try and do Veda, so get a lot more content up there. But I read a splattering of everything, but mostly romance.
Saying is the plot. Hi, Julie. How are you?
Hello, Julie.
Glad you're here now that we're done with our rant.
I was like, I'm sure it won't come up later.
Everyone was having a real hard time with patience. The cave thing was stressful.
It was. Can I just tell you the most stressful point was when they were like something silky, like rubbed against my thigh. I was like, if that's a shark, like I'm out. I'm out.
The sharks were seriously, they weren't playing around in this book. I thought, yeah, I know. He's like, and she always went back to that. She was like, "Oh, Adrian was my first love. You never forget your first love." And I'm like, you could try.
But like, you have a literal man next to you that could make it worth you forgetting.
You literally have like 8-pack Navy SEAL FBI agent over here.
He's got tattoos and everything.
What? And then another part that kind of made me really angry is that like she was legit arguing with him and yelling at him and mad at him because he wouldn't let her like help with the investigation. She's like yelling at the top of her lungs, I want to help you, or I'm trying to help. And I'm like, you are literally not an FBI agent. Yes, you work for the FBI. What if you were this? Like, stop. It's so irritating.
Oh man. Oh. But yeah, every time she switched back to him, I was just like, I need you to make up your mind.
I thought I was writing a copy. I mean, it was great. And actually, you know, like it kind of since, you know, there's a little bit, you know, more on page, you know, with the romance, it kind of reminded me of like a romantic suspense. And because it's a little bit darker than your traditional cozy, which I do not mind at all. Really, write a romantic suspense.
Just why the sharks? That's what I need to know, because I won't go in water now.
Can't.
Because the ocean was being chummed. That's why the sharks. I mean.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was just
like caught up in like, especially like in the cave, they were like banging, like they were getting banged against all the sharp rocks, and like there's just blood everywhere. And I'm like, great, fantastic. You don't have to work at the FBI. No, you don't.
You don't. I love the oh my gosh, the shirt names in this one were on point. I'm pretty sure it was this one where it's like FBI's do it under the covers and or undercovers, and I was just like, oh my god, the dad is just the best. And at one point too, I'll probably pull it up with my notes, but he made it. Someone said something and it had like a slightly sexual innuendo, and the dad like blushed, and I was just like, this is why I love the dad. I get his sense of humor.
I have the bottle because
the box.
My glass isn't going to be enough. What's the steamiest Julianne Lindsey book I should start with?
I like how we all get silent. We're like, there's not really a genre that she's allowed to write steam in.
Yeah. I mean,
well, go ahead.
No, I was just like, with the romantic suspense that she writes, I mean, there were some that, you know, we got a little bit of foreplay, but with the Harlequin intrigue line, you know, they have to do fade to black. They're not, it's like, it's not allowed to be on page because there are rules when you write for the intrigue line, apparently.
I'm thinking more like the Protectors of Cade County and the Garrett Valor. I think that was the most sexual.
Yeah.
But
them. You're not gonna get like a real.
It's not Madison Faye. You don't get details.
No, it's going to be the most you're going to get. Most you're going to get is foreplay.
No handstand sex.
No handstand sex.
That's what you come here for, because then we talk about it and live vicariously through the fade to blacks that we like to just write into the narrative. I don't know. The Guinness got to me, guys. I stopped. Words stopped happening.
She took one sip and she's like, the Guinness. It's the Guinness. My heart, I know. Sorry.
It's so funny, though, because I think last week you guys asked me when I don't have alcohol what I blame it on. And it's coffee, actually. So usually at work when I get like this kind of level crazy and I just start typing away to friends, I'm like, I've had so much coffee today. So it's either coffee or Guinness that gets the blame.
Which is interesting because, you know.
Yeah.
One's an upper, one's a downer. Oh no, the Guinness again. Nothing will ever top that. Nothing. And I did read the book that picture was, you know, like portrayed from. It's so funny. Okay, I have to approve Charles's comment on YouTube. I will just read an MF sex scene whenever we fade to black. Yeah,
I mean, like literally with whatever you choose.
Yeah, a Madison Faye sex scene, like literally just stop and then go to Madison Faye. This is what they're doing. Back to the other book. Honestly, that's
it is.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That's hilarious.
But, yeah, we hear people trying to take down Jen's house.
Yeah. Well, I think they're done now. Now the heater's on. So before I was in a sweater because they were testing the air and it was like freaking cold. And now I feel like they turn on the heater because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't think the Guinness is responsible for that much heat. And I'm like, can I go turn on my fan real fast? And then we had to put my car back in the garage. So it's like, oof. Yeah, I can move through the keys. They're still upstairs. If it gets too loud, let me know. I can try and mute myself.
Well, you just don't know when it's going to happen. It's so random.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're fine. My dogs bark at random times. It's great.
I was like, should be done soonish.
Honestly, it's like I've had to turn the fans on. It's like 85 degrees in Phoenix. It's like, what is this?
We're gonna get a cold front though.
Thank God. Not too cold. Not too cold.
Yeah, I was like, don't make me put my slippers on.
Oh, we just got out of long underwear and slippers weather here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How cold is it where you're at? I'm just curious.
Well, it was a couple weeks ago. It was like it was below 0 Fahrenheit. So yeah, and one of our furnaces broke, so we had to like huddle into the upstairs of the house where there's a separate furnace. Luckily, so yeah, it was cold.
Oh yay!
Yay! That'd be so much fun.
All right.
We can have up to 6 of us on here, right?
That's right.
It was 6. I didn't lie. Okay.
4 others. Come on in.
We'll have lots of fun.
Great. It's fun being in the lives, right, Aaron?
It is, yes.
I was like, fingers crossed. He keeps coming back, so it can't be that bad, right?
It's terrible. That's why I keep coming back.
I know. Well, I went into the Google Docs and I was like, okay, he's not signed up for this live, but I remember the last live he said he would come. So I'm like, okay.
You would just put him in the comments and be like, he's coming, and then be like.
So I still had like 100 pages to read when I woke up this morning, and but then like last night I saw that you tagged me in the Twitter, so I'm like, all right, well I have to do it. So
let's do this.
It's on Twitter. So.
Thanks, Will. This is my brother-in-law.
Hey, I was like, it's got to be one of your relatives.
One of your. Hey, Will. Aaron, if you're being forced, just say, hey, Sarah J. Mass.
I don't know how I feel on that. I did try and read Thorn of Glass a long time ago, but I didn't really like that. What was it? She was a prisoner, but she was like upset that she didn't have a dress to impress her captor. And I was like, okay, so this is supposed to be our strong character here.
That series I could not get into until the 3rd book. So it's like if I've just suffered through 2 books to get through like to the good stuff. It's like, come on.
Maybe I'll try again now that I'm in my big romance.
But ACOTAR.
Binge here.
ACOTAR. Don't believe Charles. ACOTAR is good.
I feel like you have to read the Throne of Glass series first, though, because you can't go backwards. If you read ACOTAR first, I feel like Throne of Glass is just like the worst thing ever, in my opinion. That's not
necessarily true, because I read the ACOTAR first, and then I read.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think I like Throne of Glass as much.
Oh no, I'm definitely not. I prefer ACOTAR, but I'm just saying.
I have very much enjoyed Read with Cindy's commentaries on all the ACOTAR books. So, yeah.
My friend Lex is reading ACOTAR for the first time, and she's doing like Snapchat, on Instagram, and so just watching her reactions are hilarious. And I'm just like, I need you to read the 2nd book, because she's talking about how much she loves a certain character, and I'm just like,
was it like me? Was it worse?
So funny.
Oh man.
I finished it early. I actually started the book this morning. I meant to start it last night, but I fell asleep. That synopsis had me laughing. The synopsis for what book? This book?
Which book do you have? Did you hold up a book?
Like, don't even threat Charles. Don't.
Yeah.
3 books. Yeah, I did not start enjoying Throne of Glass until book 3.
I mean, they're pretty fast, so if you're on audiobook, they're not that bad. And I did really like the audiobook narrator.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
okay.
I will say I started. Yeah. I will say I started The Court of Silver Flames, whatever it's called, and they had a new narrator, and I was like, I hate you so much.
Oh no!
And I was like, this book is literally a weapon. It's 27 hours, so I just had to turn it up, or did I turn it down? I had to do one of them to get to a point where it was fast enough that I like ignored the fact that she made me literally cringe, and I was like, this is the problem with audiobooks, is sometimes it can legit ruin your experience with the book. And I'm like, I hope it doesn't continue in this particular fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I think I finally started to get over it, but it took like an hour.
speaking of audiobook narrators, Charles, on Charles's channel, there is a discussion that we had for audiobook narrators, so go check that out. Amanda Boucher is really good. I love Amanda Boucher. How did this devolve into a Sarah? I think every live stream that you're a part of, Charles, devolves into Sarah J. Maas because we just want to taunt you. And you brought it up this time. We didn't even.
It did. Agreed.
Usually, like, another person would bring it up just to taunt you, but then, you know, like, you actually brought it up, so you have no one to blame but yourself. Hey, that comment.
What comment? Which one? There's so many I've made.
It's a delay in the comments coming through StreamYard.
Yeah.
Like, I've been talking this whole time. What have I said?
I was like, I blame the Guinness, guys. It's going to be my go-to. Next week is Drink All the Guinness Day. So, you know what? Better start blaming it for things now because it's going to happen.
Drink all the Guinness. All right. So I did put notes in this book, but it's on Hoopla, and I don't exactly know how that's going to lay out.
I know I've got my notes here on Scrib too, and I didn't highlight enough, so some of these are like out of context, and I'm not sure what I like.
I know, like,
it's like, wait a second.
What were they doing in here? I can't find a new book now, not counting all the new used books I bought, including James Madison. Wow, 592 pages. That's big too.
I'm going to be honest. I had this.
Is not a fan of Sarah J. Maas.
No.
I don't even know you. Nicole and I have something planned with it.
Oh.
We do have something planned with Amanda Boucher. I didn't want to say anything.
Spoiler alert.
I know. Well, it's his baby, so if he wants to tell y'all, he can. I haven't said anything.
Hey, announcement here live on your channel.
I know, right?
Stay tuned. All right.
Okay. Stay tuned. Just a little teaser. Just a little teaser.
So wet her whistle.
I know. How are you? So, yeah, let me pull up my notes. Resume. I just don't know. I wonder if I can just get all the notes like you can in Kindle. Probably not, because that would be too easy.
Mine did. I honestly had to stop notating because I started like every 3 or 4 pages. I would be like, fucking make a decision. Like, get over yourself. Be smarter. So I was like, I'm just getting more angry the more I would comment. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to stop until it's something like big and major.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, thanks, Nell. Appreciate it. There were several points in this book for patience. I was like, girl, you are stupid with 2 O's. I can't even with you right now. I just can't. I can't with you. It was never a secret. Charles, are you literally typing out laugh out loud?
He's fancy.
He's literally typing out laugh out loud. You did that the other day. Oh my God, that was so funny. But yeah, it was, I did find a way to bring up all of my highlights and not have to go through the entire book. So yay! Okay, like the birders that are like looking like at all the birds, like really, they're like, it's like this rare breed of bird, and she's like, that's a crow.
It's not a crow.
They were so appalled, especially when they were like, when they threw the seashells and rocks to get the bird to drop whatever like he had, and she picked it up and it was a penis. I was dying laughing.
The victim's not a woman.
And then her dad called her pee-pee, and I'm just like, oh, her nickname has such another connotation now that she actually found a penis on the beach.
Well, the description of when she picked it up too, I have it highlighted, but she like pulled and stretched on it or something. And I was like, oh no, we already know this.
There's no unseeing that. Oh my God. And then she's like, the victim was not a woman. I'm like, oh no. I was cracking up, and she's like holding out her hand that had the cooties and needed to be sanitized and amputated.
Wasn't she like putting it in the sand, like trying to rub it raw or something to get all the? I thought that was
soap, boiling water, bleach,
some acid on there. It's fine. You'll be okay.
Oh my gosh! So
let the sharks have it.
I know, just
like throw it back, being like, nobody needs that. That's not evidence.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I was just cracking up. You know, and I was at work too. So I was like, you know, when you're trying not to laugh, it just makes you laugh harder.
Yep.
I was trying to be quiet at my desk and I was, oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Speaking about birders shirts, one of them had one that said "Birders see everything," and how icky was that? Like a peeping proclamation.
I do not remember this. You don't remember the detached penis in your own book, Julie?
Can I tell you, it was like literally the last 10% of the book where they were just like, oh yeah, body parts start coming ashore. And then for some reason, like the title came to me, Murder Comes Ashore. And I was like, how did I get this long into the book before I put that together? I was like, literally, the murder pieces are coming ashore. I mean, technically they weren't murdered, but at the same time, I was like, I was embarrassed that it took that long to figure that out.
I was embarrassed. That wasn't very cozy, Julie. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
The toddler finding the ear, though, in the very beginning, that's legit. That's legit. You go through your kids' pockets or the things they bring home sometimes, and you're just like, what the? Where did you
where did you get this? And I just remember the first part of that beach scene where she's putting like rocks in her mouth, and I'm like, she was literally one step away from putting that ear in her mouth. Literally.
Well, and then, okay, so in that chapter too, they were always talking about like, oh, with all the sharks in the water, but I don't want to give her like away on the beach, because I remember that with the daughter. That's when I had like the most issues with the sharks, because I kept going like, okay, all of these sharks in the water and you're concerned about an ear on the beach. I was just like, there are sharks in the water, like keep her on the playground, at home, anything. Oh.
She did end up doing that. She had like a little pool and like a kitty like sand thing, and she's like, but she can tell like it's not the same as going to the beach. But she, you know.
And I was like, yeah, but there. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. There are sharks at the beach. Oh,
Shania is my little niece.
Oh, that's cute.
Anybody else get Lorena Bobbitt vibes?
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Lorena Bobbitt.
I was like,
oh my god, just like pieces of people just kept coming at the shore. Especially like, okay, with the murder, with the person who was actually doing it. What was her name? Helen. Like she was like Helena with her, running the funeral home, and she would think like, I'm the only one on the island. Business would be great. Oh my gosh, she just got into debt, and she was like, I just kept hiding the bodies, but we ran out of room in the freezer. I was like, oh my gosh, stop it. So she had been doing this for a while. She's hiding bodies in the freezer, and then she ran out of room.
That's just.
Did either of you guess the killer?
Not even a little bit. I was so upset between Patience and Adrian and the Sebastian triangle. Like I literally couldn't focus on anything else. Like she was so back and forth at one point. I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah, when the killer was actually revealed, I'm like, wait, who are you? Which is how I am with literally every cozy mystery. I'm like, who is this?
Well, and I do remember, like, they mentioned that, because as soon as they brought it up the second time, they started, because they were talking about there was no space left on the island, and everyone wants to be cremated. So I recognized that, but honestly, Helena, she came up, and I was like, same thing. Who are you? And then they started talking about it. I'm like, we did talk to you. I remember the whole conversation that you had. That rings a bell, but your name does not. And I'm the worst with names to begin with, so that's not surprising. But
that's the first that goes out of my brain is names. So, Will, the wine that I'm drinking is Apothic Inferno. It is a red blend, and it's aged in whiskey barrels for 60 days. So, does it say what kind of reds are there?
It's supposed to be aged in bourbon barrels. And I'm like, I kind of want to try that, but I think you have to get it somewhere.
It does not say which reds, but bold, dark fruit, maple, and spice. So
do you taste the spice?
It's pretty, it's not like spicy, but it's definitely, it's more bold than some of the other red blends that I've had.
That doesn't.
But it's good.
I guess I shouldn't have asked. I'm not really a wine drinker. I'm I'm thinking spice like
cut down like the boldness and like the very harsh taste of like a Cabernet or a Merlot or something. So that's why I like blends, because it's not as like the tannins in red wine. But this is pretty. I mean, it's pretty heavy. But it's good. I like
of 1 to nail polish. What does it taste like? Because most wine tastes like nail polish to me.
5. 1 to nail polish.
They always do, and maybe that's the tannins that you're talking about. But I've never been able to drink real wine. It's always the moscatos.
So how much nail polish do you drink, Jen?
Yeah. At least a glass. You know.
Not very often. Like occasionally I'll have someone who's like, oh, try this. You might like this wine. And I'm like, it literally tastes like nail polish. And they're like, but all the flavors in here, the aromas. And I'm like, yeah, it's just, it smells, it tastes like nail polish. No.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, sometimes, you know, I'd have like bottled wine, but if I'm like going out, you know, to like the dudes or something, I literally pack like box wine. So I was like, I have no palate like for wine, like at all. And I'm just like, is this a 2020 Franzia? Like,
yeah.
I have like no idea what I'm talking about.
You're just trying to make sure you have enough wine for the weekend. You go for the
Absolutely.
box.
Most wine for my buck. That is what is happening. I only buy wine like if it's like literally $5 a bottle or less. Like, well, that's it.
Oh yeah.
But it's good. I like it. Okay. So
next post-it.
Next post-it. It's literally just a random post-it. It's when Patience meets that owner and her new dog, and she was like, "This is my new dog," like, and she was trying to say what kind it was, and she was like, "It's a Brontosaurus," and I'm like, "Oh, that's my favorite dinosaur." It was a Brontosaurus.
Well, and didn't she name it later in the book like it was Thor? I feel like they went through a couple different names, and I was like, I don't feel like Thor was how you introduced it the first time. I think it might have been a different name. And I was like, did you lose a second dog before you got to your third one? Is third time the charm? Oh.
That would have been too dark for a cozy to lose that many dogs in 2 books.
Well, we can have so many penises and ears on the floor, but God forbid we kill 3 dogs.
But it was so funny too, because at one point she was having like the lady was having a panic attack, and then she was there with her dog, and she's like, I don't know, like what if the dog had gotten eaten by sharks? Or maybe that was what Patience said. And I was like, oh my God, don't put that in someone's mind, because now she's gonna think that her dog got ate by sharks. So like that's the most horrific way to go.
Yeah, she was talking about how like I don't know, like if her other dog like ran away or something, but like she lost one of her dogs, and then she was like, well, do you think that's what happened? Do you think like she fell in the ocean and got eaten by a shark or something? And I was like, oh my God. Patience is like, no, like some greedy tourist picked up this dog, and now he's on like a rich farm and like sleeping on a silk pillow, telling all the farm animals about how like some great island life that he had with his wonderful owner. I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Like, no, your dog did not get eaten by a shark. I hope not.
I mean, we don't know at this point. Helena was a little bit crazy. I wouldn't put it past her. Maybe she hit the dog and put it in the freezer, and that was just like the last bit of space.
Well, now it got really dark really fast. I don't have room for this other body. So sad. Okay, so we're going to go into the hating Adrian portion of the live stream.
I'm ready. Let's go. I got my hat on. Let's do this.
Because yes, we are all Team Sebastian, and let's just, everybody in the comments, Team Adrian or Team Sebastian, just so I know who to put in timeout.
Or Team Claire.
I think we did this last time, and pretty much everyone was Sebastian, and it was Bianca that decided to be feisty and be like, "I'll go with Team Adrian." And I was like, "Don't, you don't want to go there."
I'm gonna rock the boat and be Team Adrian. I was like, "Rock." So funny.
So where's the first instance where we really hate him? Go.
He first walked into the book and was breathing. I'm just kidding. So he was actually trying to get her to investigate the murder.
Yes.
And he was like, we should do this. We are such a great team. Blah, 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 blah. It'd be really great to hang out again. He's like, but you got to go do it because I have to protect my sign. I'm like, can you?
Oh, his sign. I forgot about that for the longest time.
And this like came up like several times where he was like, we really have to go do this. Like, we have to find out, we have to clear, like, don't you want this? This is our town. We're a family, blah, blah, blah. But you have to do the work because I'm busy. I'm like,
Right.
you're such a manipulator. I hate you so much.
And he wants to do it for mayor points, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
like, I would be a shoo-in for mayor if you like let me reveal who the killer is. I'm like, I literally hate you right now. I hate you so much.
It frustrated me so much how he was always trying to get her to investigate, and I'm like, you were in the same book, like you do remember everything that happened to her in the last time, like people come after her, she gets killed, and then she's just like, I don't understand why Sebastian's pushing me away, like I can help with this investigation. And I'm like, he's trying to protect you, like
literally the one trying to protect you.
yeah. And then it bugged me so much when he would like put a nice little happy sign on, like after a near-death experience, he'd have something like a screensaver. They would have this like really nice, sweet message of being like, please be safe. Like, last night was great. I'd like to keep you alive. And then she's like, where can I go? Who can I poke today? And how can I almost die? And I'm just like, no.
It's so bad. And of course we have the infamous, fight where they have where the actual like sheriff or FBI or police law enforcement guy, he was like, law enforcement, whatever you are in the book, that literally happens like every single cozy that we read from Julie and Lindsey. Like the law enforcement guy's like, law enforcement, and you literally do this. So go and do that. I'll go do my job. I can't like do my job and be worried about you. So he's literally like FBI guy, counselor, FBI guy, counselor. Yes, you did work for the FBI, but you were in human resources. You forgot that part. You were in human resources, but even that, you were let go. So let's move on.
Yeah.
I know it's a sore subject that you were let go from your human resources position, but you don't work for the FBI.
It's okay, Alicia. I felt the same
Okay.
way. I definitely, that's why I had to stop writing notes, because they got more and more violent in my comments, and my language got a lot.
Your language was
not. Yeah, it was. The F word became my favorite word, and I may have thrown out a "see you next Tuesday."
Not a see you next Tuesday. Oh my god!
I was really mad at that point because it was like back to back where she was saying things, and I was like, and that's at that point I was like, okay, I'm working myself up. I think I might have had too much coffee at that point, so I was like, I need to have some peppermint tea. I need to take a moment to like bring it down.
I need some chamomile because I cannot.
I get too invested. So, I mean, that's at least a good thing. I mean, Julie, take that away. You write characters that we might just want to like shake really, really hard. And we root for them so much. We care about them.
Like, I love you. I just want you to be happy. Make smart decisions.
Exactly.
You have the perfect man in front of you. Stop.
I know. Like, sometimes I just wanted to crawl into the book and being like, Sebastian, you're going the wrong way. Like, go away from Adrian. Come on. It's like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect reference. And this is because I'm a crazy cat lady. So you guys have all seen that picture where you have all those little kittens and they're like trying to take a picture of like 10 little kittens. And like, as soon as you get them all, like 4 of them in a row and you go to the 5th one, the other 4 like scatter. That's how I felt like it was with this book. I was like, no, don't scatter. You just need to be in your little place.
I've literally never seen that picture, but thanks.
I'll try and find it later.
Picture. You've seen all the cat pictures. That's fine. Let's. I haven't seen all the cat pictures.
Any cat person in this chat knows exactly which meme I'm talking about. They're like, I've seen it. The lady, she's got jeans. I'm pretty sure she's got a white shirt, and she keeps like picking them up and putting them back in a line. She keeps trying to rearrange them, get them to like stay. But as soon as she gets like 4 or 5 of them in a row, there's at least 7. So as soon as those first 4 are set, she starts going after the last 3, and these first 4 are just like freedom.
Nope.
Elizabeth knows.
Elizabeth knows. Thank God. I thought Jen was spiraling for a second. Like, okay, we have someone who knows what she's talking about.
I'm not crazy, and it's not just the Guinness.
No, I'm a cat owner. I know what you mean.
Yes, I got a urine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Patience wasn't even like fence sitting. She was like, there was like a gate in the fence, and she was just like hopping back and forth. Like, I'm gonna be over here now.
Gosh,
Grass
like
is always
literally
green on the other side.
whoever,
No.
it was whoever was in the scene with her. That's
right.
I was like, can you?
Well,
not.
And then it's like whoever she was in the scene with, like she'd have the moment with them, but like in the back of her mind, she would be going about something else with the other person. And I was like, you were literally like on that page, and this person is in front of you now, and you're ready to have that moment. And now that they're not there, you're going back to this other person. I'm like, yeah. I at one point did want to punch something. I'm not gonna lie. I had nothing to punch, but I felt like it.
God. Yeah, drove me nuts. Okay, so we have this one scene. It was like when we're getting some pretty heavy foreplay. I loved it.
Which one? Who are they with? It could be anyone. Let's be real. She was going both ways.
I don't know. It was Sebastian, and he was saying. This is the quote from the book. Giant hands rode up my waist. His thumb slid over my ribs and into nipple territory. And my comment is literally whispers. She said nipple. And I was like, this is when I knew that we were going to get something in this book, because I'm like, okay, she literally said nipple in a cozy mystery. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you plan this, but all of your backgrounds are great and unique. White, red, blue, in books. Great.
Oh.
We didn't plan it, but this is just where I sit all the time. Can't say that in a cozy.
I mean, is there a way that you can put the romance that you have in this, like, maybe less detailed? No, as detailed, but maybe less words that are nipple related into your current cozies, so that we have the romance, the foreplay. I don't know.
I think we found the solution earlier.
Oh,
it's that she needs. Right. Well, she just needs to co-write a book with Madison Faye, and then
get in touch with Madison Faye.
Yeah, because honestly, Madison Faye needs. That's one thing that I miss. I miss the plot. I'm like, I need to want to care about these two banging. I was like, the banging was great, but I need not insta love, because I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I feel you, Jen. Sometimes I'm like reading an erotica, and like it's, you know, these characters come on page, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, let's slow down. We need to know who these people are.
I know that I don't even know your name yet, and you're already banging her on this desk. What are you doing? Who are these people? No,
whose desk is that?
Well, there was one book, and it was the second book in the mountain, Blackthorn Mountain, and this guy literally, she passes out because she's in the middle of a freaking wildfire, and then all of a sudden she's like, and he leaped over a log and threw her over her shoulder and ran in the opposite direction that like the whole family was in. And I was like, someone's got to see you being kidnapped. Like, I just, it takes me out of the moment because it doesn't seem real. And then I'm like, ugh, I don't really care about you guys because I don't know enough about you. So yeah, I need the plot from Julie and Lindsey. I'm sure you could write really good sex scenes, but I know that you're not allowed to. So if you co-wrote a book, then we could.
Well, if you follow Julie and Lindsey, she's been releasing some information about, you know, some stuff that's going to be going on in the coming months. So I feel like she's going to pull through in some things, if you know what I mean, in books that she's writing for later on this year. I'm just going to say that.
So. Seaside Mysteries. Oh my gosh, are Grady and Everly finally going to do it?
I say just do it. I say just do it.
Can we get a novella of just that? And then she can wake up, like literally, write a novella where they actually get together, and then she just wakes up at her coffee shop, and she was just baking the whole time, and her mind just wandered. I'm okay with that. I'll take it.
The Lion and the Mouse series, is that Can You Write? Because I have that on my to read. Let me know, Alicia. I think that's what it is. Can You Write?
I'm not sure.
Because I think it might have been Deja who told me to read something by Can You Write, and I think this was it. But let me know. I need to know the author. Oh, she says yes. It just hasn't caught up to StreamYard yet.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. Okay, The Lion and the Mouse series by Can You Write? I need a steamy.
How would they not approve? We need to get. I would say get rid of them, but don't get rid of them.
Other readers would not approve. Yeah, there are some like diehard cozy mystery fans that have been reading since, you know, like Agatha Christie who do not want any kind of sex or any on-page fornication.
Well, tell them to put their adult pants on and take off their granny panties, and let's do this.
They're not in charge of this genre.
You know what? Country used to be one thing, and now it's another. Cozy mysteries are one thing, and now they're another. Let's get the other. Let's get it started.
Come on.
Evolving, yeah. Sorry,
honestly, if you would do that, just, you know, like email it to me.
I'll read it.
I mean, I already love you. I don't know what else I could do. What do you want me to send you? Do you coffee? I can give
I was like, I would send you Jack Ryan, but I feel like that's too much. I can't do that.
I will buy you dinner. Send you a crate of wine.
Wine. I was like, we'll get you. What is?
Like
oh my
Sasha.
gosh! She posted a picture around Christmas time. Something juice, creative juice. I don't know, but it was wine. We'll do that.
I get complaints on occasion because why is there so much romance in my mysteries? So it's a fine line.
You send them our emails. We'll put them in their place. It's fine.
Put them in their place. And honestly, I remember when I first started reading you, Julie, and I saw you post something like this. Either it was on some social media, and I was like, this is why I love your cozies, is because you have so much. This is coming from a romance reader. Like I do love cozies, but the fact that there is a lot of romance and that tension between two characters, I love romance. Even like if I am reading like a fantasy or something like that's not romance at all, if there's like a romance subplot, I love the book even more. So it's like for the people who are just like, why is there so much romance? I was like, can you stop ruining it for everybody else?
Yeah.
Like, you're not the only people in the room, okay?
Like romance is like the #1 selling genre. It keeps the lights on for every other genre in the book industry. Like we're a lot of readers. We're out there. Like, can you not ruin it? Thank you. There's no such thing as there's no such thing as too much romance in any genre. In any genre, there's no such thing as too much romance. I'm here for the romance and the cozy. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so okay. So another thing, this ties into was making me angry about how she was like, I don't know if we're exclusive or not. Okay.
I mean, we're all there.
She was mad when she was in the hospital and he didn't come to see her when she was in the hospital. And she was so like, I wanted him to hold me and say he'd make things okay. I also wanted to yell at him for arresting my parents and not coming to see me in the hospital and for leaving our relationship unstated and uncertain. Ma'am, he literally said in the beginning of this book that he did not want to be with anyone else. He's like, I don't want anyone else. He literally said those words to you, like not even just in passing. He was literally looking right at you and he said those words. And you're saying unstated and uncertain. How much more, what did he need to do? Like, what did he need to do at that point? Did you want like an engagement? Like, is that what you wanted? Like, would that like solidify your relationship? I was so irritated.
He needed to give her the Team Sebastian shirt earlier.
And I was like, I'll wear a Team Patience shirt. You wear a Team Sebastian shirt. That way, like we are official and exclusive, and I don't want anybody else. You should just put that on the back too. Team Patience in the front. # I don't want anyone else. Just to remind her that they had that conversation.
Well, and then so this got me a little bit. This does come up.
Nonfiction.
I'm gonna jump ahead for a moment, but the dinner that we were talking about earlier, where she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my parents that I'm like totally for Sebastian, like I'm in. And so she did. She told her parents, and she's like, okay, does this mean that we're official? And so she was like, in her mind, she was official, but that's the same night that she drank. I can't speak. She drank a bunch of wine in anticipation for Adrian to take her upstairs. I'm like, you literally just told your parents you're in a relationship with one man and you're drinking enough wine so you can go to bed with another. Mm-hmm. And you want to know why they're confused.
And you want to know why Sebastian's angry. Like,
yeah, right.
Oh,
my ex-boyfriend just undressed me in the back of an ambulance. No big deal. Right? Oh,
that drove me nuts. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I know you're in shock. I know a terrible thing has happened to you. but the paramedic can help you with that. Your ex-boyfriend, who you still quote unquote have feelings for while you're in a relationship with another person, should not be the one that's undressing you. Like, I literally wanted to reach through the book and choke her.
It reminded me of a time. Hey, Shannon. There was a moment in the book where, sorry, Julie, it would do like it.
You're laughing because I was literally so angry.
Well, I like her next one. She says, I thought I looked great. You look fabulous, Julie. There's just some things that we can nitpick on. But yeah, there was a moment where she was like, just
not the same characters you wanted it to be. Okay, Shannon. It was between other people.
She had just had like a near-death experience. I think this was when she got rear-ended, like at a hospital after already having like traumatic experience. And then Adrian's like, well, first of all, Sebastian was like, please stay home and relax and be safe. And then Adrian pops up from downstairs and goes, let's go on an adventure. And she's like, okay, can we honk really loud as we go by the police station? I almost was like ready to throw my book and being like, how dare you do that to your boyfriend? That is so rude. Like at that point, like I literally had the ability to go through the book just once, I probably would have bitch slapped her and been like, are you fucking serious right now? You cannot do that. Honk the horn as you go by the police station where you know that your actual boyfriend is at with another man who's taking you out after your boyfriend told you that he needed you to be safe and get rest and feel better.
Yeah.
I'm okay now.
Everyone's 7th grade picture. Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, no, total blunder years.
Can't do that. Oh my gosh, it was so infuriating. Okay. Yeah, I was literally doing like the clap emoji in between words in my note. I was like, how are you?
I started to do that at some point too. I was just like, he is your boyfriend. Because and I was like, how many different ways does he have to say this? Like, you're official. And then you still question it. But I was like, and then at some point I was like, how old is she again? Like, is she young enough that we can verify it? But then she was 30 and I was just like, I'm 30. But then at the same time, I'm like, she's been through some very stressful situations, so maybe she reverts back to a younger age.
Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe, you know, it was just that whole scene, that whole thing. It's like, for not, like, she was angry for him not coming to see her when in the hospital after she got T-boned, and then for leaving our relationship unstated, uncertain. And I'm like, I know you just got hit by a car, but you're not this stupid. Like, you're not this dumb. Like,
right. So that was like 2 crime scenes within like an hour that he had to deal with. And she's like, why doesn't he come in to visit me?
Like, he's trying to, I think at that point I did the hand clap emoji and I was like, because he's trying to find the killer for you.
Like, he's literally doing his job. Like, he's busy because like he has to like get evidence, and because you are a part of things. That's why.
That was something that, yeah.
With Adrian.
And
I guess maybe she has some bad, like, you know, like relationship phobia because things with Adrian, but he literally said he doesn't want anybody else and that they were exclusive. I don't know what else this bitch wants. I don't.
Well, and I guess if we were kind of to justify it a little bit or try to see it from her perspective, like, she had ended things with Adrian when he lied to her about wanting to go to college. So they didn't necessarily end because they were both done with themselves. So I could see how there could be a little bit of confusion, but at the same time I was just like, you have this perfect specimen of a man. How did I describe it last week or 2 weeks ago? I'm listening. Adonis being this guy, the David.
Oh, the David, yeah.
Being Sebastian. What did I call Adrian? Anyone remember?
Okay, I love this series because the amount of like romance, like the 2 main love interests get together book 1. You don't see that in cozies. You don't. Then we get some like really great foreplay in this. Not an actual sex scene, but you know where it went. And then I was just like, But why is patience so infuriating?
The only thing that infuriated,
like, you can't win them all. I don't know. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, kind of thing.
Because then how are your pants going to fit? Let's just be real.
Oh, I wear stretchies. It's fine. She got hit by a car. That's the only explanation I have for her. She got a concussion. She wasn't thinking straight. That's it. Did the car wake her up? No, it knocked her out. She was out. She was gone. She's like, I think she was parked, and then the car like ran into her. She's like at a dead stop, and he was like, because he was trying to kill her. Spoiler alert.
So was that Mark driving the car? They never really clarified that.
Yeah, I bet it would have been Mark though, because it sounded. I think it would have had to have been Mark.
Yeah,
because I don't see Helena driving like this.
Right, a demolition derby car.
Because she even said, she's like, I needed Mark because I needed like someone to do
strength the muscle.
Yeah, so. Not, don't blame yourself, Julie.
It does. We don't have this much to critique on. And it's not even a critique, it's just personal
when you feel so much for certain characters.
Yes.
It brings lively conversation is what it does. I mean, I love this book. I know I'm bashing on it, but I loved this book. Like, it's a 5-star read. But I'm like, how I'm talking, you're like, hey, she's giving this book 2 stars. No, it's 5 stars. Julie and Lindsey wrote it. It's on it, automatic 5 stars.
I just wanted her to come to the conclusion that she came to at the end of the book, at the beginning of the book.
And she was like, at the end, especially after like when her and Adrian were in the cavern, like literally about to drown and die, because I thought like that was going to be the shift. Like, if they survive this, she's going to say like, oh, I just came to the realization that I loved Adrian this whole time, and like kick Sebastian to the curb. And I was like, this better not happen. I will literally riot.
I think that's probably my biggest beef too, is just that you think, because you're already one team. You're like, I am held fast on here. Sebastian's in the water. He's holding us all afloat. He's treading water. We're there with him. We're all there. And then she's just like, I'm going to go to shore, and Adrian's over there. No. Go to the sharks. It's fine.
Go to the sharks.
Sebastian will punch it in the face. You'll be there.
But then literally she's like, I love Sebastian. Like, she comes to a realization that she loves someone. Yes, but it was Sebastian. I'm like, thank God. She's like, I love Sebastian. I'm like, whew.
She said she loves Sebastian. I'm nervous for the next book. I'm not going to lie. Because she said that's why she introduced. I'm going to go back to this every time with the line. Where she tells her parents that she's with Sebastian. And I was like, yay, like we have an official declaration. And then she has enough wine to go upstairs with another man.
But I think, hopefully the next book, we won't have all of this back and forth. I feel like with this, life or death situation, and she did say like she loves Sebastian, that it would literally, she's not going to be so flip-floppy in the next book.
And she did put on the Team Sebastian t-shirt.
She did put it on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I.
But then there would be no book.
There wouldn't be. And we needed the book. Let's just be real. I don't know why it bothers me that people just randomly come up to her and start telling them their problems, and then they like randomly pay her. I'm like, I think we said this last time too. She needs to have a code word where it's like, okay, we're in session, so I just know to put on like my therapist face. Because I think it was even the doctor at one point too, like started talking to her about something, and she was all hopped up on drugs.
Ma'am.
Oh no.
Ma'am.
Who was in this book?
It better be a goddamn cat. I swear to God, it better be a damn cat.
I was really hoping that I loved how in this book too, with the cat that was like a feral cat outside, and she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and get you some food and water at the local store, and I'm gonna bring you inside. And I was just like, yay! Oh, whew.
Let me start reading this goddamn book right now. Let me start. I can't.
I have no idea what happens next.
I know.
I mean, this was what, like 8 years ago? 2013? Why does that 2013, 2014? 2012, 2011. Am I that far off? 2014, November.
Yeah, copyright for 2014. So yeah, that's a long time ago.
No.
Okay. You can't play with my emotions like that.
It's like when she said there was going to be a kiss in that one book, and we were just like, who is she going to kiss?
Oh my God. Like, oh yeah, there's a kiss. Oh, I'm
evil laughter. That was evil laughter. I heard it.
Evil laughter. Like, yeah, there's a kiss, not between the people you want, but there's a kiss. Gosh. I was literally about to stop the live stream, or not stop it, but I was going to read this book. Like, you had to sit here and watch me read this book. Because
that's what we're doing now.
This is what we're doing. We're starting the third book. All right.
It makes me think of all those memes where they're like, some authors are like, hey, let's go on this nice little journey. And then they have like the next picture where it's like someone, or the favorite characters being like, oh, I love this character. And then it's the author like cocking a gun. I feel like that is Julie and Lindsey with us being like, I love these two together. And she's like, all right, let's sharpen these knives. Who's going to get cut up?
Like, just you wait.
Please don't blow holes in my ship.
Like cracking her knuckles. She's like, let's go.
Oh, I mean, it's perfect and it's genius because at the same time, it's just like you want them to be together so bad. So you're like, I will read all of the books. And if I have to wait 45 books until these two finally have their moment, I'm going to be there the whole time. I might complain along the way and I'll probably put it in the freezer a couple times, but I'll be there.
Seriously, I would read a 45 book series by Julie and Lindsey. I've done it. I've read a 40 book series. I'm here for it. Her real soulmate is herself, Will. You're right. Right.
Yeah, I liked at the end how the dad, oh my gosh, it was hilarious, the team shirts that the dad were making.
Oh, you knew it was the dad making them too.
Right? Love that. He was just like, she just walks in and he's just like, and then he walks around and he's like,
I love his.
Like, where did all these shirts come from? Really? You don't know?
It started out so innocent, too. I think it started out as, like, a campaign t-shirt for, like, the mayoral campaign. So, like, it made sense. But then, like, it definitely I don't remember how it was stated, but then eventually it got to one of the others, and he's like, I never meant for it to go this far.
And honestly, I cannot believe it has to be, like, the small town, like, camaraderie or whatever. Like, there was so many Team Adrian shirts, and I'm like, I will literally punch every single one of you.
Well, and then the birders got in on it too. Like, I'm like, you don't even know what this is about.
You don't even go here. What are you doing?
I don't know why that just made me think of Princess Diaries, where she's like, hey guys, wait up. Not you. I don't even know you.
Our first live stream sprints. We should totally do live stream sprints. I would love to do that. 45 books. Let's do it. What?
I mean, I read all the Sherilyn Kenyon books in 1 year.
Yeah, it was Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon. In Death, no, that's my goal for this year. Pray for me. Because I think I'm on book 7 and there's 52. So
dang, 1 book a week. You're a little behind if you're only on 7 though.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw that out there.
I started the series last year, and that was my goal last year, to read all of those books. So I'm just, I only got to book 7. It's fine. Hi. I know. How are you?
It is JD Rob. Yep.
It is JD Rob.
JD Rob.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I was gonna say, is this Kim? Is she new? Like, not new. I know.
This is your first comment.
It's your comment. Okay. I was like, have I had too much Guinness, guys? My cup says that my therapist has whiskers.
Oh,
nice.
Your cup is empty. That's you should just bring the entire bottle in like I did.
Because it was Guinness in my glass and not wine.
It's the Ruger. Did Daddy put you in here?
Uh-oh.
I did have just Duchess in here, but now there's Ruger. Not that many series out there. No, there's not.
I mean, technically, with as much as Julie and Lindsey writes, like 10, 11 books a year, 4 years from now, if she started now, I feel like she's got a lot of books on her plate right now. If she started next year, 5 years from now, we'd have a 40-book series.
But
I'm not sure how that works in
43rd book?
38.
38. 38.
Am I right? Did I just pull a number out of my hat?
Nope. Nope, it's 38.
38. Aaron's like, I know this. I know this.
I
was like,
like, they're all connected.
Wouldn't that be great?
Okay.
Get the Mia Connors and Patience Price team up book. It's like the Avengers in here.
Yes. I would love that.
At one point, they mentioned someone named Wyatt, and I was like, I remember that was a guy in one of the books. I think Wyatt's from Seaside Cafe, right? The annoying ex in that one.
Yes, I think so, because I don't like him either. He's like the cowboy who, the rodeo cowboy, like broke her heart, and he was like, I will never divorce the rodeo, and then he comes back in town like, I miss you. I'm like, she's moved on. She's
got a sheriff.
She's moved on.
Oh yeah, but as soon as they said Wyatt, I was just like, oh my god, is this the Wyatt? But I think he was in. Now that you said rodeo, I was like, oh, that's right. He was in the rodeo, so it wouldn't make sense for him to be. Maybe he was in the rodeo, but he had a stint as, I can't ever say it, but here, they.
Just my 3 more 9. I know, freaking.
Yeah.
That's freaking amazing. Freaking amazing.
Good work.
I'm so excited.
You are a goddess. I love you. If one book is 5 movies, like in some movies, 38 books is how math is hard.
350. Hold on.
I think it's
175. Did I do the math right? If I'm right, I'm gonna high five myself.
Bring a calculator out.
I know, I got a calculator.
It is incredible. It's amazing.
190. I was off. My bad.
Gosh, Jen let us down.
It's fine.
I like how my next post-it note after that, it's like, we hadn't declared our feelings or relationship status. I was like, stop fucking saying that. Stop it. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to find a post-it note that we haven't already talked about.
I was like, should we all try and find one?
How about Career Day? That was pretty entertaining.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah. A reminder, like, you're on in 10, like maybe an hour before would have been
right. Well, she was there. She was there at the school, so it's like, oh, she's not here.
And then they were like unexcited about the fact that she was a therapist. Like they thought she was real FBI, which was hilarious. But then the parents in the back of the room were like asking questions about her love life. I was like, this is not your story time.
Well, the teacher got in on it too. Right?
Yeah. Well, didn't one of the kids have like a Team Sebastian sticker or Team Adrian sticker?
Yeah,
someone did. I was like, oh, don't do that to your kids.
I loved it. Oh my god, it was cracking up.
I have one. Okay, so this is not necessarily anything related to anything, but sorry. So this is Sebastian's talking to someone else, and I think they're on the beach, and he might be wet at this point. But so Sebastian coughed to cover his comment. The corners of his lip pulled down. If I concentrated, I could count his abs through his shirt. And my comment was, concentrate, patience, concentrate. I don't even remember what that was from. I didn't highlight enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's when you don't. Are we getting new books in the Christmas Tree Farm series or yes, this year? Yeah.
Both of them are. Oh, woo! I can tell you when. I have my cheat sheet. Hold on.
I know Christmas Tree Farm is October, November.
Well, I'll tell you in a minute if I can find my Julianne Lindsey thing. So the Cider Shop Rules comes out July 27th. And then Slashing Through the Show, oh my gosh. Slashing Through the Snow, I can't talk with things, is October 12th, which is also the same day that Protecting Her Baby comes out, which is part of her Harlequin romantic suspense.
Two books, ma'am. Two books
on the same day. Unless if that changes. But I have it in my calendar. Partners in Lime comes out August 31st, so that's pretty awesome.
Yes. Literal week or month after my birthday. Not week. I don't even know. This year. Yes. Sweet. Yeah, I'm super excited for the Christmas Tree Farm series. Don't tell Harlequin and Crooked Lane. My bad. We gotta mark this private. They cannot know.
That never happened. They're coming out on different days. Same. I have them all pre-ordered. I think, and I told this to Nicole too. I was complaining that J. Kristoff's new book is coming out, and it was like $30 for a hard copy. And I was just like, how dare they charge $30 for a hard copy? There's no way I'm going to buy it. And then Julianne Lindsay's Christmas Tree Farm comes out, and it's like $26.99. I'm like, buy. Didn't even question it. I was just like, it's here. I need mine.
Exactly. Oh, one like the epic fantasy like comes out, $30 next day. Christmas Tree Farm, bye.
Like, it didn't even cross my mind to be offended. I was just like, it has to happen.
It didn't even cross my mind to be offended. Oh my God, I love it. That's the word. We don't know anything.
Are we reading any of those series for this?
Live streams?
For these live streams? The Cider House and Christmas Tree Farm?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
I'm here for it. You're like, I'm going to sign up right now.
Yeah.
You're doing
I got you.
Yeah, honestly.
Speaking of the other series, so here, I think something traumatic happened to Patience. It was early on in the book. I think we're only in chapter 4. Her mom handed her a tea. She goes, I sipped from the steamy cup Mom handed me, green tea with a dash of whiskey. It's good, thank you. Mom's tea soothed all frustrations. And I'm like, she must be related to Cookie.
Cookie has that specialty.
Earl Grey and the schnapps.
I'm sorry if you can hear like very loud diesel engine. My husband is doing something out there.
I can't hear it.
I'm like, good. Oh, please do buddy reads. We're doing whole live stream events.
Yeah.
We'll be here discussing because Julian will not release a book without us doing a live stream shortly after.
100%.
Without the other.
Accurate.
It's going to happen.
Oh, okay. So I remember I couldn't figure it out earlier, but there was a comment that was made. So this is about, I'll just read it. So,
okay. Thank you.
Patience was like, Karen's upset about the size of Adrian's sign. Dad squirmed but didn't laugh. I got my sense of humor from him. And I was like, we all knew that size of sign did not mean the size of his mayoral sign.
Oh my God.
Also, speaking about her mom and dad, as soon as they got out of prison, they're like, yeah, we're gonna need some time to be like not in public. And I was like, no, please don't.
I love how when she goes to visit them in prison, like it's all like decked out. Like they have their throw pillows. They have the door is like wide open. It's not even locked. They're not even really under arrest. Like, come on. So funny. Of course, we will live stream Christmas Tree Farm /Things to the Snow. Yes. Yes, we are. We are going to be doing live streams for the entire series leading up to
Partners in Line. So I think we're going to have to do cider shop rules afterwards, unless if Nicole's wanting to do like 3 weeks in a row. I know that you've got a lot of stuff coming up, so it'll come down to whether or not you can throw that in there.
I could do 3 weeks in a row for Julie and Lindsay. I could do it.
Okay. Then we'll figure it out and we'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think we do have hold on one second. I think we do have those dates.
Well, we have the dates for the Seaside Cafe. We don't have the dates we do not have the dates for the other one. Which one did I put it on? That's not it.
I do.
She
I'm
does.
Partners of Life. Woo! And I better be I'm just saying, I better be the one killing people. I better be the one killing people.
I mean, I'm going to quest you the entire time, so it's very possible.
Please, think I'm the killer the entire time. And I know that's what Julie wants. Is me the killer? Literally, when she sent me that, I screamed, and my husband's like, "What? What's happening?" He think like I cut myself, or like one of the dogs, or something's happening. And I was just like, "I'm gonna be a person in Julie and Lindsay's books," and he's like, "Are you kidding me right now? You screamed for that?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's very exciting."
I thought it.
Maybe.
Elizabeth is saying delay. Okay, so you want cider shop rules after we do all of the Seaside Cafe.
Seaside Cafe, because that would be September, which we can do, but just...
Alicia, we do have to. We do. I'll DM you. We have to buddy read Stephen Graham Jones. Jen is not invited because she doesn't like horror.
Yeah, I can't do horror. They'll scare me. I'll never sleep.
So yes. Use surveillance.
I think we are planning to do it after this series.
Yes.
It's not finalized. We don't have the dates for it, but
yes, we do.
Probably could. We do. I didn't send me something to make a Facebook event. I know we discussed.
I haven't made the StreamYards for it yet. I haven't made the thumbnails. That is why. But yeah, so after Murder in Real Time, which is our next live stream, April 7th, we're doing SVU surveillance, and then April 21st, we're doing Protecting His Witness.
April 27th?
21st. Sorry, did I say 7? I'm sorry.
I don't know. You might have, but that's my dad's birthday, so I was like, ooh.
The first one is April 7th, is SVU surveillance.
So does that mean I have to wait? Because I was going to read that one.
You can read it
next.
You've been
Although I guess I could notate it while I'm reading it. That works.
Yeah.
Funny story about that. So, not in a relationship yet. So
Jen can live vicariously through her book self.
I told my parents, I'm like, I might not be able to give you a child, but here's me in a book.
Let me read this book. Oh my God, I'm dying laughing. Oh, I'm glad you started to say that because if I were to say that, I felt like it would be really mean.
But funny story. So remember how I told you that my mom was reading the Seaside Cafe series? So I know. She told me that too. I was like, oh no.
Like, so I wrote you in this book. You were happily engaged, but I killed him.
It's hurtful.
It's like watching 5 horror movies in a row. Mm-hmm. Unless you like horror. She said sorry.
I mean,
for your own good to meet your soulmate. I mean, you're welcome.
I'm gonna have to. I'll allow it. But yeah. So my mom started reading the Seaside Cafe, and so I think she's booked it through at least 3 of them at this point.
Yes.
I think.
Is she gonna be in her live stream?
Maybe. I don't know. I did give her the app, so I did break down and say you can borrow books 4 and 5 if you need to. Like, I'll let you use my shelf books. I know, proud moment for me. But she had to. She
let anybody borrow her books, not even her own mother.
But so the other day, I was just like walking around the house because she had to stop reading it because a bunch of library books came in at once, and so you have to kind of read those. So I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And then I'm walking through the house, and I'm like, what is my copy of Apple Cider Slaying doing out here? And I'm like, why is there a library code on this? And then my mom's like, I picked up this book to read just to see what some of the other series were like. I come home from house sitting like a week later, and she's like, so when does book 3 come out? And I was like, did you read book 2? So my mom is going
around.
She doesn't. She's making her way through these books. We've converted another.
Yes.
I've been meaning to tell you guys that for so long, and I keep forgetting to bring it up.
Conversation is coming to fruition.
But she's a fan, so yes.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so.
Okay, I'm gonna keep using this as a fan because it is hot in here. They tested the heater.
Oh,
no, it's finally off, but I feel like the alcohol is hitting at the same time, and I'm like, I just can't. And we gotta slowly, bring this in here.
Live it, let try.
Nice.
Oh, I was supposed to tell you when.
She'd be super excited.
I was supposed to tell you when we were starting Seaside Cafe. Okay.
Oh, I had it all pulled up.
I did too, and then I closed it. So Seaside Cafe Live and Let Chai live stream is going to be July 7th.
July 7th, my bad.
We're doing all of the books leading up to Partners in Line. So I'll make the thumbnails, and we'll get the Facebook events
going.
StreamYard events going on, so y'all know, can set reminders, get it in your calendar.
September 15th, we'll do Partners in Line. So that's the end of our cycle, but every 2 weeks in between.
So We do have, sorry to tangent. I mean, we could talk about this at the end since we're not done talking about this book. But so we'll talk about that at the end. Put a pin in that. We'll be back.
Which one?
The what were other books to discuss?
Got it.
Got it. Okay.
I started making them for the other ones so I can make the events. Because I know as soon as we start talking about this tomorrow, you're going to send me like 9 of them. And I'm like, going to go, I'll get to it this weekend. Like, I'll do it. I promise I'll do it. It always comes like you just like throw a bunch of them at me. I'm like, okay, I'll get
it's
to
literally
it.
like 2 weeks. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. I will. I'm going to make the thumbnails. I promise. I'll give you the links. I'll do it so you can make the Facebook event. And then I don't do it. And then all of a sudden, like in one day, I'll just send her all of them. I'm like, here you go.
Well, and it's funny too, because I'm just like, okay, I'll get the well, you're promising to send me the thumbnails. I'm like, okay, well, I'll at least get the Facebook one started, so we'll have it, and all I have to do is update that. So we're like back and forth at least 2 to 3 weeks of like, oh yeah, let's do this. We'll get all ahead of schedule, and then it's like the week beforehand, we're like, I'm fine with the fire everywhere. You guys know that meme.
Oh yeah.
Fine. We had 3 weeks.
It's like, I need you guys to do this so we can go ahead and I can sign up for all of these. Have you?
I know, but if I need to make myself a note and do it, because if I don't, it's literally like it's down to the wire and it's like last minute, and I hate that because I want you guys to be prepared and prepared, have time to read the book so you know what we're reading. So
I just bought a bunch of the Seaside Cafe books too, so I also have to let them know those dates because the Barnes & Noble, they had, so tell me if this was rude. So I've already bought them the first 2 books. That was their Christmas present. I know I'm late in sending it to them. Okay, fine. Barnes & Noble is having this.
Who?
Work people. And so we decided that we were going to do like a book club reading of something. So I was like, Julie and Lindsey, they'll love this book. So I was at Barnes & Noble's today, and they had copies of books 3 and 4. They didn't have 2. So I was like,
if you go to Barnes & Noble, you're supposed to tell me if you did or not.
Oh my God. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff though, although they did have all the books that I wanted.
They didn't have a lot of stuff, but they had everything I wanted. So that's
well, they were cat books. So the cat mystery series, I don't think that you would have wanted. Anyways, but so yeah, my mom was there with me, and I'm like, if I got you book 1 for this series and I could get you books 3 and 4, would you be upset with me for getting you 3 and 4, but not 2? Because I didn't have 2 yet. I'd have to go to Amazon or something like that. Yeah. And so she's just like, well, do they have a library card? And I'm like, I'm sure they do. So she's like, well, then just have them get it from the library for book 2 for now. And then when you get them book 2, you have the physical copy. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to buy these now then. So
genius.
Mom's there for a reason.
Yeah. And with a pinch. Thank you so much, Mom.
Yeah, it was the cat I can't say it. Conte, Conte.
Is that the manga?
No, that was a different one. This is the Cat Goes to Town mystery series.
Oh,
you made me get book 1, and then someone had brought it up that I should read that series. So then they had like 2, 3, 4.
You're probably together, and I'm like, oh my God, this has a cat on the cover here.
Probably. I just assumed you had read it and were recommending it to me, and that you just liked it because it had a cat on it. As a recommendation for me, being like, I'd get her into cozies. She hasn't read any of my recommendations yet.
No, you're always like, I'm always recommending you books, and then you wait forever to read them, and then when you finally do, you're like, oh my God, I love this. I'm like, see.
My TBR is so long. Okay, I don't have time to read all of the books that everyone recommends. Although I do put it on Goodreads as like in case if I don't want to read one of my own books.
You don't want to start that conversation about whose TBR is longer, okay? You really don't. You don't. About it.
Is it because Aaron's is much longer than all of ours? Yes. How long is your TBR, Aaron?
I don't even bother with that.
No, I don't keep track because if I don't know, ignorance is bliss.
You remember when Netflix was just discs and you
Yeah, you had to like arrange your discs, which one you wanted to come.
Oh,
hilarious! Oh God, can you believe that's how Netflix started? Like that blows my mind. Like I didn't forget, but I also did.
Netflix used to send you discs. Oh my God!
Like, and how they didn't break is beyond me. Like. We sent
yeah.
sent those freaking book things, and like all of them snapped in two. And then the one that Julie and Lindsay's card got eaten, hers come out in perfect condition. I was like, how do those ones make it and the rest of them don't?
Literally every single person, like, they're like, thank you so much for the ornament. It was broken in half. And I'm like, dang it. And then Julie and Lindsay, her whole card, half her card is missing. It's like ripped, but both of her ornaments are fine. I'm like, okay. If anybody's were to survive, I'm glad it was yours. But seriously,
I was trying to figure out where we signed on her card. I'm like, probably half of our like, thanks for everything you do is gone.
Question to Nicole: how long will a cat survive in your house?
Oh, I don't. I'm gonna take out the answer.
Because Duchess, my little girl over here, she does not like cats. She will, when she was over at your parents' house, she literally almost killed your mom's cat, Spooky.
That's not good.
Yeah, like, well, my father-in-law didn't shut the door. Like, when he knows like our dogs are coming over, he'll shut the door, and Spooky lives in there, and he didn't do that. And so Spooky came out, and Duchess almost got her. So close. So close. I was like,
I was talking with a guy once, and he had talked about how his dog got a cat. I long time ago, and he has a dog, and so he had mentioned how he had brought it over to his parents' house and how it got a cat, and I was just like, what part of that story do you think I'm going to enjoy? Like, I'm not hiding the fact that I'm a cat person. Like, that story should never be told.
You were wearing a cat shirt. You were like showing pictures of your cat.
I probably did. I can't remember. It's been years, but
TBR is whole bookshelf. Yes. Whole bookshelves long. It's so bad. It's in the thousands. I don't want to talk about it. I had to take mine, but I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we got to do better packaging.
Well, I know. I'm like,
better
what
packaging.
can we send next year that's not terrible?
They're not.
It's the thought that counts.
We were like so excited. Like, we were like, this isn't going to turn out very good. And then we were done. We're like, that actually came out really good. And we were so
I didn't want to give like 6 of them away. I'm just like, I know I have like 4 of the same one, but I'm like, I don't want to give any of the ones that I like away, but I'm like, okay, I've got to give them to someone. Like, which ones do I like the least are the ones that I love?
Oh my God, it was so bad. Oh, thank God.
We got one. Actually, Bianca's came in one piece.
Oh my gosh. Did you know? Yes.
It did.
Yes.
I love it. Oh.
It's in here somewhere.
I was like, mine was on my desk, but I think it's too far away for me to grab.
I think it's in here. It's in here somewhere. But I love it. You can never have too many journals. Never try to. Mine survived. Oh, hallelujah. But yeah, yours came in like February. Like, so we're like, we sent this like first week of December, and hers is like, she messages us in like late January. She's like, I got my card. I'm like, seriously? 2 months? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, wait. See my notebook.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Okay.
Let's see if I can grab it. Hold tight. Let's see if I can get under my desk here.
So all of my post-it notes we've talked about already, so perfect.
Nope, that's not gonna work.
Oh, where'd you go?
I got it. Hold tight. I'm coming back. Oh, I'm stuck at
Alicia. It didn't even get there. Oh. It's not like it has to cross an ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's cute.
But I love that you sent one. Oh, you got your notebook?
I did.
You were struggling there for a second. I was worried.
I know. Well, I could see where it was because I have to put all the stuff on my desk on the floor for my laptop to be able to sit up on here. So I had to maneuver underneath my desk to be able to grab it.
Got it.
Yeah. I made it though.
So I don't have any, like, all the other post notes that I have, we've already talked about. So if anybody else has anything that you want to discuss, put it in the comments. But yeah, so what I was going to talk about before about
birders do it in the forest. Sorry, that was one of the t-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
You're like, that's random, Jen.
I love a notebook. I love notebooks, journals. It's like you have to have a hoard, but you can't write in any of them. You can't.
Yeah.
The rules.
Can I just say that it really irritated me that Patience would get a threat and she didn't tell Sebastian. I was just like,
oh my God, it took her days.
It was on her door. I was like, oh, look, your first threat. And I'm like, are you going to tell your boyfriend that's the FBI agent that's, trying to investigate this? No.
He was so angry. He was like pacing back and forth. He was just like, how are you not going to tell me about this? Literally your life is being threatened. Like, seriously. And also that little like Heidi like corridor that goes down to like Adrian's office. Like, she hasn't blocked that off at all. And she didn't tell Sebastian. I'm like,
yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to go into why I didn't tell Sebastian. I was like, please, I would like an explanation because I'm worried. I would have like cut that off immediately. I would have like nailed the door shut or whatever you got to do. Like,
well, she took the nails out of the window, which I get is it's actually a really nice idea for what she was doing, taking out the nails so that she wouldn't live in fear like her whole life. Like that makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, I'm like, can you just at least nail that door because he's going to take advantage of that. And it irritates me that he doesn't use the office that he bought. That's her birthday present, the boathouse. And I'm like, how about for her present, you give her the downstairs unit that she lives in. Like, come on.
Like, just give her the whole thing. But no, like it's he just wants those like that one particular claw left in her. Like he can't completely let her go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how about he uses the staircase the morning after he knew that Sebastian was there waiting for her.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, are you? And they're both using it. I'm like, I can't even just be mad at Adrian. They're both using it. Like she was like sneaking down to like his office. I'm like, y'all are driving me nuts. You're driving me nuts.
One last thing about
so sweet.
the birders. So how like she would have, I think it was Karen that was sending her like all the dead bird packages, and they're like, "You're a bird killer. You're killing all the birds." First of all, how is Karen not like behind bars? She scares me so much. Well, and then the dinner they had with her and Adrian, like, oh, Adrian's like, "How long have we been dating for?" And then. Or no, it was Karen goes, "How long have you two been dating?" And Adrian's like, 11 years. And then she like still tries to, I would not have eaten any food that Karen put in front of me. It made me so mad. But
that whole thing, I can't write on this paper. I was going to write down that song because I don't think I've ever listened to that song. The one that got away was what got me writing this series. That's pretty amazing. And I'm going to listen to that song. Is it bad that I haven't listened to a Katy Perry song?
You've listened to a Katy Perry song, probably just
not to
Kiss a Girl.
Few, but I haven't listened to this one. The one that
I don't think I have. We're all like writing it down. We're like,
I'm gonna listen to everything. I'm like, oh my God, yes, give it to me. Give it to me. Okay, I will listen to it. I promise. I just haven't listened to like music in like 2 years. So,
but at one point, yeah. So she gets.
I don't have time.
A box of dead birds. She brings them into her home, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, they probably have bird lice. I can't throw them away in the trash." And then she chucks them out the window, and I was like, "What an idiot! Like you've got a box of evidence. What part of throwing it out the window is a good idea?"
It was so irritated. That note, the bird box that she literally just threw out the window. I was like, that's tampering with evidence and is a federal crime. You can go to jail because you're dating an FBI agent. You idiot. I was so irritated. Like you used to work for the FBI. All the rules. There's no excuse for you. In the video, the guy,
oh no.
Guy, spoiler alert. Lindsey. The guy dies, so I'm prepared later.
I don't know what I love the birders. I know it's very random, but I'm just like, look at these guys just like randomly looking at things. It's fine.
That's actually a whole hobby. It's like looking at birds. Like
it is. Well, and then like the son and the father-son thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, mom usually comes and she's swimming in the water." I was like, good thing she skipped this time. And even Patience was like, it wasn't a good year for her to swim the beach waters.
was not a good year.
So one last thing real fast. But after the one night that they had sex and they had the little screensaver where he's like, thanks for last night. And Adrian comes by and he's like, it's okay. I get it. He's all mysterious and brooding. He's a good guy. I'm happy for you. You should date him. I'm like, she is dating him. Like, come on.
God. And she was like, I don't need your permission. I was like, really? Because I feel like you just need a golden ticket to be able to say you're exclusive with this guy because you were hemming and hawing the entire book. The more Harry and Meghan spend time in America, the more I feel like they should be American royalty. Yeah, let's bring them over here.
I mean, I don't follow. Yeah, it sounds like politics, and I really just avoid that at all.
You ever watched that interview? I haven't.
I watch like snippets that come up on the news, but then I'm like, maybe I should watch this, but I don't care.
You don't.
It's reality TV, in my opinion, and I'm like, the more reality TV anything is, I'm just like, this is all garbage, and I kind of hate it. In my opinion,
I was watching I was like, I didn't watch it because I didn't know it was a thing because I was gone for a week, and I don't watch the news anyway. But then I was seeing like the snippet stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I need to watch this.
How long is the interview? Because maybe I should just watch it.
Oprah doesn't come out of quarantine for nobody, okay?
True.
Like she is there. But sorry, go ahead, Jen.
I don't know if this is the last one, but I love how the parents are like driving her home. I don't know if this is after her last incident or one of the incidents. Whole thing. All right, I'll have to do it just to see what it's all about. But her parents, I'll just have to read the whole thing. I apologize. Now I've had alcohol. I can't read out loud. It doesn't work.
She's like, I can't read.
We're here for you, Jen.
And then I've had alcohol. So
it's the mom and dad that are driving patients home from, I'm pretty sure, the hospital. Oh no. I didn't want
to wait.
Can I just tell you that we were talking about how much I didn't like sharks, and then this whole book is about sharks. So I feel like it's how it is.
You're just speaking it into being.
Yeah.
I should just stop while I'm behind.
Like the first live stream we had about book one, she's like, I hope sharks aren't in the second book.
Or I just talk about how like I'm more concerned if the boat flips over that sharks are going to get her, and then literally the second book goes, oh yeah, we got a lot of shark sightings, and I was like, what? How is page 2? I'm like, this is why I won't go in the water. And I think I even made a comment too. I was like, I don't even think Naked Sebastian would get me in the water if there were shark sightings.
He would.
But
he would.
I mean, if you showed me his arms and I saw those tattoos, possibly.
Ma'am, his 8-pack.
That too.
Like arms, yes, he's so strong it can hold you up. But I mean, if my washer like just accidentally breaks, I could still have abs to wash my clothes.
I think you would purposely break your washer in that instance. That's just me. But basically, so yeah, mom and dad are out of prison. She's in the process of being taken home from the hospital, and I don't know who's talking yet, but we'll find out. So our stint in the slammer gave us a new perspective. The bus rolled forward at a crawl. We hated knowing you could be hurt or sad, and we wouldn't know. We vowed to keep a closer eye on you if we got out. Oh boy. Yep, we signed up for the free CPR and first aid courses at the community center. Dad patted my shoulder because keeping an eye on me required medical training. Awesome. Can we get you anything on the way home? Mom turned onto Main Street and a lady with a walker pulled ahead of us. You can drive the speed limit. I won't break. You hurt your neck last week. What if you had an accident what if we had an accident with you in the car? Mom decreased our speed by another mile per hour. I blinked long and slow. I need a t-shirt that says my life is bananas. And I just thought it was so cute that the parents were like so concerned.
So
that they're starting to take medical
go to jail
classes
for 2 days and you almost die. Like, what the heck, patience? Like, we can't leave you alone for 5 minutes.
Yeah, my comment was like, it's not a bad idea.
Everybody needs some like CPR training in their life.
Yeah, that was good. I love that section also.
Oh, I should say, like, when Adrian was basically like drowning in the cavern scene, like towards the end, and she was like giving CPR, like as they're basically drowning together. And I'm like, oh no, is he gonna die?
Yeah, chapter 23. How did it take until now for me to get the meaning of the title? Please don't judge me, guys, because I think the book is only 25 chapters long.
Murder comes ashore. Oh my god, yes. Dead.
Oh,
pieces, yes.
freaking Helena was Team Adrian. I was just like, all right, this old hag can die now. As soon as she said that, I was just like, no. And I really hate that she put Adrian as 007 in her
Seriously?
Her thing. I'm like, it's actually kind of a genius idea now, like that she puts code names for people.
Yeah, but why would he be 007?
No, that I don't agree with. Yeah. But as soon as she was just like, I can't figure out your phone, and I was like, that's actually really smart. Like maybe I should figure this out. Everyone has a code.
It's camo. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I can't understand why Adrian is 007. He should just be like the football emoji. Like that's
football emoji, eggplant emoji, like the little crosses. Just
an emoji. No, he should.
That's why you have the crosses afterwards.
Sebastian, because Sebastian has big dick energy. 100%.
I was thinking more like he's a football dick. It's not necessarily a good.
He's like the stereotypical like quarterback, like you see in Mean Girls. Like he wasn't a good guy. Okay.
Like his intentions are there, but no. When you have Sebastian here and you have him here, Sebastian's gonna look better.
Yeah, seriously. Like, why do you keep going back to him? Question to Jen. Would you read a book that is horror with a good ending that has trained impedible sharks that is somehow a love story?
I don't think I could. Horror is just. Ooh, I think it would keep me up at night. I have too much of an active imagination. I really highly doubt that I'd be.
She has too many trigger warnings for herself. She can't. There's no such thing as trained impedible sharks. No such thing.
So, I was hoping in that cave scene when they were trapped there and we find out that Helena's going to
die. You're right.
Yeah.
I was hoping to, but dang, he survived.
Well, so before he got there, we knew that Helena was going to send him a text message instead of Sebastian. Yeah. I was hoping we might have some development with Adrian where he'd be like, Patience wouldn't send me this text. Maybe I should call her boyfriend and we should both go look for her.
Thank you. I wished so much for the same thing. Like I was like, he's gonna have that moment, and then he's like, I thought it was strange you would put XOXO, and I was just like,
he thinks about that after the fact.
Yeah. And then she's just like, she's the one that did it, and he's coming closer, and I was just like, watch out. Like this frail little old lady. Why would he think that this frail little old lady is going to be the one that, like, oh, I found her down here. How did she get in there? Like, ask herself some questions. And then she uses him as a step stool to get out. Oh,
with her walker on the slippery ocean rocks. Like, come on. And I think he literally, like, said, he was just like, you can't send text messages when you're tied up. I'm like, are you kidding? Stop it. I was like, this man cannot be running for mayor. Like, he will literally stop.
Oh,
yeah, it has to be a thing now.
I feel like it was open water that got me, because it was literally, I think I said this last movie, they say it's the 80 longest minutes of your life, and literally I watched it and I felt like 7 years had passed, and I was like, how is it not like 4 years from now? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
very stressful.
Yeah, it's very stressful. Yes.
I mean, I guess there are sharks in Aquaman, and those ones aren't bad, but there's Aquaman.
That's true. He would protect.
He could talk to them and communicate. So maybe there's some situation in which a shark would happen. I'll just, hold on to Jason Momoa.
Hold on to his big biceps. Yes.
Sorry, I made it weird.
No. Weird. Oh, we've talked about handstand sex. We've said nipple like 17 times. And Jason Momoa's big biceps is what make it weird. No. Do you have any more notes, Aaron or Jen?
I don't think so. I was just shocked when it was Helena.
No, I'm happy.
Nope. No.
None of them are good that we haven't talked about already. Yeah, I couldn't figure out for the longest time, like, how Helena could have done it. She seems so, like, tiny and frail, which I guess, like, was her whole thing.
Everything else, maybe.
So you get it.
Jason Momoa. Fantastic.
But yeah, I just...
Good weird. Oh.
Glad I can do that for you guys. Good weird. Nice. Yeah, I didn't see her coming. And then I liked how they had like an old revolver. Like she doesn't even have like proper like killing gear because she's usually used to dead people. And I was like, what is happening? Well, and then she was talking about how, I need something for another guy. And I honest to God thought she had Sebastian down there somehow. And I was like, I don't know how you got him down there. He's a big man. Like, you stabbed Patience as she tried to run. You got her in the bum. But how'd you get Sebastian? Like, tell me your secrets. I'm going to need some notes. Like, let's do this.
It's like, how did this little old lady do all this?
But it's good to know that it was dead bodies. Sad, though, for, like, the families that thought that they were cremating them.
I know. She was like, oh, yeah, I just said they were cremated and collected the money and just hid them in the freezer. Like,
well, and then how they got her, too. She just, like, goes back, puts her waders on the wall, and, like, goes back to do her work. I'm going, you are really messed up. Like, what kind of crazy pants world did you come from?
Exactly.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Yeah, the amount of bodies, that was a little concerning on the read-through. It's like, how is this whole island not just freaking out?
8 bodies,
I know.
at least.
And how is, like, just now, like, an ear coming to shore, like a penis, and, like, that's literally it. I'm just like, how is this island not littered with body pieces? Like, that's what I would like to know.
Well, and they did mention
like
in the
damn
book,
Ty just bringing things back in. Like, it's like she's like, stupid sharks can't eat stuff.
Yeah, I made a comment. I highlighted that. I'm like, because sharks don't want rotted flesh. They want fresh meat.
Exactly.
Why don't we have you go swim with them for a little bit and see how you fare? Yeah, that was after she said Team Adrian. But they did mention how she got the idea after Patience had solved the first crime where the barrels were in the water. And I was like, that's actually kind of genius. Like, you kind of connect the 2 books. That's actually really wonderful. I loved it. Little Easter egg being like, this is how this happened. I like it.
But I mean, the guys in the first book got caught doing what they were doing too. So.
That's true.
Yeah. She should have known. Well, she thought she was invincible. She's like, I'm old. I'm going to die soon. Nobody can catch me. But
she'd been getting away with it for how long?
I don't think it was that long, to be honest with you. Because it was the shark-infested waters. It was pretty not infested.
Yeah, it was a new thing that summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then she had to start dumping bodies because she ran out of room in the freezer. So she had been doing this for some time to run out. I mean, depending on how many,
hiding the bodies, right?
Depending on how big her freezer is or how big her morgue drawers are or whatever, like how many bodies she could hide. She was just like, the only reason why I had to like chop up bodies and throw them in the ocean is because I ran out of room. Like, so she had been doing
that part for a while. Yes. It wasn't getting rid of the bodies until more recently.
Aaron, what's your one?
Oh, I know.
Very logic into it. So funny. So, any other notes? Anything that we've missed that you want to talk about? Anybody in the comments? Type away. Type. Type
fast. Wait, you were going to talk about while they're doing that. Was it? I interrupted you. Books for the next books.
Yeah. Okay. So after the last book in this series, which is Murder in Real Time, which is the live stream, is the 24th. Hold on, let me get my banner. I have a banner, guys. I'm so official.
Prepared. I'm not prepared.
Note the time change. Time zone change. We don't change. Arizona does not observe daylight savings time, so it'll still be 6 p.m. for us. We're not necessarily Mountain Time, but we are Pacific Time when that happens.
Yeah,
but it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So just note the time change for the next live stream, but it's going to be Murder in Real Time. This one, the last book in the series. So after that, we have SVU Surveillance 4/7, April 7th.
Yep, that one came out the 23rd of February, so you should be able to get that.
It is available for you to buy and consume.
Yeah. Julie did say you could go to Walmart. They do sell Harlequin, so try and get it as quickly as you can. Yes. Otherwise, go to
they only hold them because Harlequin releases those categories like
6 weeks
on a week basis. So it's just like they only hold them for so many days. So for thank you for all your
thanks for writing everything.
You.
Yeah.
we love you so much. We love you. I miss what's going on. I'll have to check your notes. Okay. I don't think, hold on. Let me look in the description box in this video because I don't think.
Not posted.
I didn't. It literally says Murder Comes Ashore, which is this book. Oh no, Murder in Real Time. That's literally all I have in there. Because when I made the StreamYard, that's all we had planned. So,
True.
I will update. Okay. So April 7th. SVU Surveillance, April 21st, Protecting His Witness. So those are the two in that series.
Protecting His Witness comes out at the end of this month. I'm pretty sure Amazon has it out for March 30th. But I think if you get it from Harlequin, it comes out the first week of April. So just as a heads up.
So yeah, if you get it directly from Amazon, it's a little bit later.
Earlier. Yeah. Or directly from Harlequin, it's later. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Daylight savings time. Yes.
Yay.
So yeah, it's seriously like none of this could even be possible without.
I'm not even sure we would have continued with lives as long as we have.
Honestly, like what are we even gonna read if we couldn't read your entire backlist? Like
True.
The 24th is the week.
Oh, we got it right. Hold on.
Nice.
Gotta put a note.
That's great. I didn't miss as much as I thought. You didn't. We're glad that you came back. I really appreciate it.
Alicia, are you talking about March or April? Because the 24th would be next.
24th.
The next one. I think we're talking March. I'm not gonna make an assumption. March.
Okay, hold on. Let me write it down because I'll forget. Hold on. I have to write it down. My desk is littered with sticky notes of things that I need to remember.
She said 24th, and I was like, 21 was April, so I was like, ooh.
Birthday. I have these like little gnats floating around my house, and it's very annoying.
That's the worst. Flies are starting to come out because it's heating up here.
Oh, that's what I love about the winter. Even though I don't like cold, the bugs go away. Just go away.
Ants, scorpions, spiders, they all go on vacation.
Yes, that is true. Shannon is on it. Thanks, Shannon. I pre-order all books as soon as available. That is
100%. It was funny because I actually follow the author. Why can't I think of her name?
So your actual birthday is the 19th. Okay.
Lisa K. Adams, the Bromance Book Club. She posted like a week ago. She's like, pre-order this new book. I was like, I've had this pre-ordered for like 2 months. I was like, am I behind? Do I have like magical Amazon abilities?
You do. Even if I'm not here each week, I'm here. I love you so much. Heart. Shannon, happy to help. You are the MVP. Elizabeth, exclamation points. I think that was for your pre-ordering magical abilities, Elizabeth.
So, we're going to try and figure out May what we have, everyone.
May 5th, we have possibly Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo because we did the entire Grishaverse. So if that is something that you want to do, we still have it as possibly. We can make it official
right now
if you want.
That would be...
This was great. I hope Nicole's bottle pouring. Yes.
It would be Cinco de Mayo that we do. That was really offensive, and I apologize to everybody. Cinco de Mayo.
But March.
We'll have margaritas that day if we do Rule of Wolves.
Yeah, so it would be May 5th would be our next live stream after Protecting His Witness. It would be Rule of Wolves. So did we want to continue on our Grishaverse? Because we did those live streams last year. So that is continuing with a new book this year. When does that come out, Jen?
March 30th.
March 30th. Okay,
it's gonna be a good day. March 30th, we get Protecting His Witness and Rule of Wolves.
So I mean, if we do Rule of Wolves on the 5th, since it comes out on March 30th, it does give people like a month to get the book, read it. Would that be okay with everybody if we do that?
Comments, concerns?
Let us know. Do we want to do a completely different book? Because May 19th, June 2nd, and June 16th, they're all available. We don't have any books that we're discussing those 3 dates. So if you have thoughts, opinions, what books you want us to read, what books you're thinking of, we do need those books. So we need 1, 2, 3 books. We need book suggestions about which book we're talking about for those
3
dates.
to 4 if we don't want to do Rule of Wolves.
I better get going. So on book 2. Book 2.
Oh! June 2nd is
for
Elizabeth's anniversary.
June 2nd anniversary. Happy very early anniversary. Hold on.
Happy belated anniversary, Nicole.
Thank you.
And our other friend Nicole, if she's watching, happy 15th anniversary, because that's for today. And I know Vera's not watching, but happy early birthday for tomorrow. It's a busy week. Let me just tell you. Like, I was writing in my calendar and I was like, there's so much happening here.
Okay. And I also Nicole, the other Nicole that we talk about, she's a part of our in real life book club. I don't think she's ever come to the live streams. She might have once, but so she actually was at my wedding. You know, she was there. She was there for my wedding 12 years ago, and then she posted. Her husband posted like, "Oh my God, it's our anniversary!" So literally 3 days later, I was like, "How did I not remember that your anniversary is literally 3 days after all?" Like you were literally at wedding. I don't understand. Ooh, love Verdugo.
And that's perfect timing too, because it comes out.
So Deja has recommended this book to me. It's a thriller.
Am I going to be able to read it? Will I be able to sleep at night? How scary is it, Alicia? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Good Girl's Guide. Yeah, Deja loves it, and she has recommended that book to me several times. But it is a thriller, so Jen has issues with triggers. So I'm all for it, but it's Jen's issue. So happy belated and thank you. I really appreciate you. May might be crazy since I haven't. Oh, new name.
Oh, exciting.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's Y. Oh, it's YA.
Y. So that usually means that I probably would survive it.
It might be tamer. Jen, we'll if you want to look into it and just see, we'll put that in the notes.
Are we talking about like May 19th for that one?
Yes. So I'm just going to put it tentatively in the Google Docs. Oh, I can't even spell. I'm sorry.
Anything that you've read, Erin, that you would suggest that we read?
I actually haven't been reading much lately.
Oh no!
It's the let's see, the Lady Sherlocks by Sherry Thomas. Those are pretty good.
I just bought all of those. I would happily read that one because I love the covers.
Lady Sherlock.
Yeah, I think the first one is a study in Scarlet Women.
Yeah.
What's the author again?
Sherry Thomas.
That sounds super familiar.
Let me see if I can
get like a woman going upstairs.
Yep.
Okay. Sherry Thomas.
You want to do that June 2nd?
I like how I saw the book cover so clearly, but I couldn't remember like a single thing else about it. And the sequel came out, I believe, last week. Oh, for a good girl. Yes, I believe you're right. Yes, Deja was talking about that.
We are making book suggestions. Just for we've got about 4 that we need to cover. Yeah. So we're doing ideas, seeing what everyone's feeling.
What everyone would like.
I've also had the other World series on my shelf for a while, but I haven't gotten into that. That's been by Yasmin Galernorn.
Oh, I think I do have a series by her, but I don't think it's the Other World.
Oh, I don't know if I can.
I saw like
that one's it, Jen.
I'm gonna try and bring it up a little bit brighter without blowing it out, but this is the study in Scarlet Women.
Yes.
I love the cover, so I was just like, ooh, and it's a Sherlock thing.
Love it. A Girl Was Sent by Holly Jackson. Alicia, help. Help.
I think it was.
Veronica Speedwell mystery. Veronica. Oh my god, I can't spell. Speedwell.
Yeah, so I just bought all 4 because I didn't have the 5th one that just came out. I mean, I can't expect a Barnes & Noble that has 40% off everything. So, yeah.
Okay. It's been on my like Hoopla recommendations for like ever. Okay, so Alicia says yes, Holly Jackson for the Good Girls Guide to Murder. A study in Scarlet has been suggested. Yes. It's in Victoria, England. Oh. Yeah. That one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one that I've been wanting to read for a while. It's one that I've been wanting to obtain for some time. So,
how many books are in that series? You said 4?
I think there's 5, but I was only able to get 4. I
think one's a 0.5. It's like a 1.5. Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly. Okay.
Murder on the SS Rosa Cozy Historical in the
mystery.
Nice. Flapper. There's a little dog. I love cozy with dogs. Okay, I'm writing that down. Murder on the SS.
Oh, it's on the ocean too, so hopefully the dog doesn't have an encounter with sharks.
Listen. Okay, I did tweet about this, but we just saw Chaos Walking over the weekend with Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. And trigger warning for animal death. I'm just going to say that because there are 2 scenes that are, one was I was okay with. It's not necessarily okay, but you know, the animal was in pain, so they killed it because they didn't want it to suffer. The second one was very malicious, very gruesome, very graphic. So just be cautious if you're going to go see that movie, because it is based on a book. So I don't know if anybody, you know, read the book and they want to see the movie Chaos Walking. Just be careful, because I had no idea and I was appalled. So I was like, oh my God, I was going to like walk out.
Oh man, that's never good if you're like prepared to walk. Oh.
I'm like, I know it's like not a real dog, but the CG was very
real,
very realistic. By Lee Strauss. Lee Strauss, and I did tweet about that, but in case you didn't see that, I missed the one Aaron suggested. Aaron, take it away.
Let's see. Probably the Otherworld series. So it starts with Witchling by Yasmin Gallernor.
I think I do have.
So A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is going to be hard to get because the audiobook won't be available from the library for 6 months.
Oh, because it's very popular.
Yeah. And if I thought I could physically read it, I might have a better shot at it.
Alicia, we do need more cozies with dogs. You're right.
Shark-free suggestions are welcome. Sorry, I read ahead.
Gosh.
I know I shouldn't. I'm sorry, that's me.
Chaos Walking is out. Yes.
That's Mickelson is great.
Yes. Yeah, it is out. We saw it over the weekend. It came out last Friday, I think. Shark free, please. That's the only suggestion we're seeing. Shark free suggestions. I like the site. Does the dog die? Oh my gosh. Yes. There's an actual website for that. I love it. Because you need to know. Sometimes I'm more upset like if dogs die than like actual people.
True. Accurate.
Okay.
So yeah, we've got some books to play with. So we'll see where those fall into. If I can find a way to get that book sooner, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah. Did you? So what?
That would be a good one to read around Halloween, though.
That's true. That is very true. Which library app did you look through, Jen? Was it Libby or Hoopla?
It was Libby. Hold on. Let's check the hoops.
The hoops. Yeah, seriously, Kim. Sometimes it's like, I was like, don't you dare. And then he dared. And then I was like, I don't like you. The entire movie, I was like, I don't like you. Check. So yeah, we'll be, because, you know, so just be looking Facebook, Instagram.
I started typing it in. It said the Good Girl's Guide to Good Sex, and I was like,
all right, we're doing it.
Let's add it to the queue.
Yeah, add it. Just add it. If you have an Audible, buy 2 with 1 credit.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah. There's actually another one, but that's by someone different. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely look into the 2 for 1 credit. I just recently bought, I think it was the next Bridgerton one. I'm collecting all of them slowly. I just need 1 and 8 now.
You keep sending a message to the Book Dragons chat, and you're just like, book number 7 is available now. I'm still waiting on book 1. She's like, book 2 is available on sale. Book 3 and 4, 7 and 8, and I'm just like, okay, 1.
You put yourself on hold at the library. By the time you read that one, you'll have collected the other.
Oh my gosh, so funny. So yeah, just be looking, keep an eye out on my Instagram. I know Jen shares whenever I share something and I tag her in it on our Facebook, so we'll be putting, whatever books are decided in the next books that are, I got to work on the thumbnails. We'll work on the StreamYard event. So you can set a reminder on YouTube. Jen is the creator of the Facebook events. So she runs the Facebook account. And
I was like, you post them there daily for when the days come up, because I don't get on Facebook I'm terrible. I think Instagram's the only one I kind of keep up with.
You literally check any social media like once a week.
Pretty much. So for anyone that I follow, I would like to do just a blanket super sorry when like I come on at once and you posted probably a lot during the week. Julie and Lindsay, I probably feel the worst about you because I literally search to make sure, like, what did I miss from Julie? Like, what books information do I need to know? And then I'm like,
Julie takes priority. I'm sorry.
She probably gets on and be like, mute Jen for 1 hour, and then by that time she'll be done, and I can just see what she says. So
I will literally go on there. I'll have like 17 Twitter or Instagram notifications, and all of them are from Jen because she's been absent for like 2 weeks.
I always tell myself, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna spend at least 1 hour a day just getting it on. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, come out of her shell.
I always, like, after I get on, I want to like immediately go to like 4 people and being like, I'm really sorry, I just blew up your notifications, but I haven't been on in a while. Yeah, like Shannon, you're another one I want to apologize to because you post pretty much daily. Same thing on Instagram, and I try and comment, and then I'm going, oh, that was 4 days ago, and I didn't realize it until, it was too late, and I didn't want to unlike it because I was like, I did like this post.
I tag you in so many like Instagram stories. I'm like, I don't even know why I do that because you can't see them like a week later. I'm just like, I don't even know why I tag you in shit.
There's sometimes where I'll come on, they're like, Nicole tagged you in a story, and I was like, I want to know what it is.
Like, I can't see it.
I almost think that you should screenshot it and then be like, I tagged you in this. Hey, that's good. It's okay.
Sometimes you need a social media break. It happens.
And when I'm at work, like I'm already on a screen, I work 10-hour shifts. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, when I'm working, it's just like, I don't want to be on my screen after I get off of another screen. So it usually like Saturday or Sunday, I'm like, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. And I'm like, time to see what happened throughout the week. So my bad.
She's like just scrolling like.
Yeah.
Can you look at Facebook with no account?
I think so, but it depends on the security of the person's account you're trying to look for.
I know our Facebook is public, so you should be able, if you just search for Who Picked This Book Club, you should be able to see things because our Facebook group is public.
Although I don't know why.
We post on Twitter and Instagram. Do you have any of those? I think you do. Do you have a Twitter? I can't remember.
And I honestly think for some of those, I know on Facebook, and I don't know how to change it, or because I don't think I set it up this way, but like honestly, people will ask to be a part of the group, and I have to approve people. And I thought anyone could follow it, so I was just like, I usually just go in and I'm like, approve, you're good. Even
though our group is public, everybody can see it, but if they want to be a part of the group, admins still have to approve. So, which I do. I don't like go into like a deep dive on like your I'm just like, whoever wants to be a part of them, like approve all. Like I don't.
Same thing with posts, because I think Julie posted something about when we were reading Geek Girls. I went in there and I was like, why?
You have to approve
of course, approve. Come on.
Sorry, she's the author of the book we're talking about. Approve.
Oh, I'm glad, because yeah, I always feel really guilty and just being like, I'm sorry guys, I don't get on there. I'm thinking about it now. Honestly, like as soon as I see the notifications get above 10, I'm just like, I don't want to get on here. And then some of them are so stupid. They're like, this person you might want to be friends with. I'm like, I don't even know who this person is. Like, stop asking me to be friends with people. I like
it's like someone you might know is on Instagram, or they're like, this person commented on this other person's post. It's like suggested like notifications. I'm like, can you not do that? I
think I had to go in there and shut a bunch of it off, but even still.
It would be yours I'm looking at. My personal Facebook is private. So you have to be friends with me to look at my stuff. So just send me a friend request. But if you don't have a Facebook, but just look for our group. It should be in the description. Just click on the link to our group and you should be able to see it. Because my personal Facebook is private. You can find me, yes, but if you don't have a Facebook account, you can't look at my stuff because it is private. Only my friends can look at my stuff. But the actual group is public. I can look at Twitter. I deleted my Twitter account. Got it. Because I remember I thought I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm ready to delete one of them because I'm just like, there's 3 of them here, and I feel like I'm looking at the same thing on all of them, and then I go and like them all, and then I'm just like, do I have to comment on all of them? Sometimes like Julie's like, what are you reading on Wednesday? So I like put one thing on here, and then like I go, well, I did something different, or I'm responding later, so I was like, maybe I should update you on what I'm reading now.
This is a different day, so now I'm reading this.
But then I'm like, nobody cared. I get in my head though, so
don't even think about it. Insta has really been, someone you might know. And I'm like, no, I don't know this person actually. Thanks. Okay. Oh.
I've been getting a lot of like weird requests to join like group text. And I'm like, I don't know who you people are. And I just delete the messages. What is Instagram doing?
Yeah, my personal Facebook is private. So if you don't have an account and you're not my friend, you can't see it. But our public book club group, you can see stuff.
Yes. Yeah, my
book account that you were asking about only. You should be able to see all that stuff because it's public. So if you just, in the description box of this video, you should be able, I think it is, hold on, I'm looking at the YouTubes right now.
I was like, I don't remember.
Okay, it's down towards the bottom. It says, who picked this buddy read? I have to change that because it's no longer buddy read, it's book club. Who picked this book club live stream playlist, and then down below that, it's kind of way towards the bottom, towards where my socials are at. Who picked this buddy read Facebook page? You should be able to click on that and go to our group on Facebook. So yeah, I'll need to update that because it's no longer who picked this buddy read, it's who picked this book club. Because we are a book club, it's official.
Yeah. Welcome to the weirdness.
Welcome.
The good weirdness.
Exactly. The good weird, the Jason Momoa of weirdness.
Yeah.
We bring it all around.
Just like, can I make it weird about Jason Momoa's bicep? I'm like, no, you didn't.
Oh goodness.
Okay. So so just be looking on all the socials, because any social that I have, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you can always check my YouTube because I do have the ability to share to the community, like just post, not just videos. You'll be able to look at that and see what all that we have going on. The public one. Yes.
The book club, yeah.
Excellent weirdness. Got it. Glad I explained that. I didn't feel like I explained that at all correctly. But so next, who picked this book club live show? It is Murder in Real Time.
I don't know why the Guinness is getting me.
Murder in Real Time. So it's the 24th, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
That's book 1.
That's
oh my
one.
god! Oh my god, guys!
Like, is this your first live?
I didn't want to say anything.
I thank you guys, and it's even like written on my screen. Like I can see that I should be having this one pulled up here. I just wanted to make sure that everyone read this run, and I don't have a copy of book 2. Otherwise, I
think that's so. I think I hate that the fact that we have books 1 and 3 and not 2 in. Julie and Lindsay, can we do something about that, please? Please.
So what you're saying is if I were to gift you book 1 of a Julie and Lindsay book and then I had 3 and 4, I should just not until I have book 2. Got it.
Well, the fact that it's not even printed, like the publisher's like, no, we're going to skip book 2. Like, that's really absurd to me. No, not book 2.
I wonder, I was going to say, I wonder what they would have put on the cover.
Jason Momoa weird. Jason Momoa weird.
Just don't ignore me, guys.
And on the score of like the, handstand sex weird or Jason Momoa weird, like where are we on the scale of weirdness?
Yeah.
Great differentiation. Yes. So yeah, okay. Next live stream.
Don't worry, I got it right this time.
Got it right. The 24th.
My bad.
And for those of you who are following the Percy Jackson read along, the next one is actually tomorrow. The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. We're doing the first 11 chapters, and that's going to be on Bree's channel, the Loc'd Petition. So you can definitely take a screenshot.
Aaron,
so yeah,
you got it.
You gotta pose. You gotta pose because you can't be looking all weird when people take screenshots.
I mean, I still feel like sometimes when people are like, oh yeah, look who's on today. And I'm just like, we're like in the middle of a sentence, but it's okay. It's okay. I try to smile in between here being like, if they catch me, at least I'll look good.
Yeah, that's
sorry,
tomorrow.
guys.
First 11 chapters. I still haven't started the book, but I will. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. I'll start it tomorrow.
You're like, I would have tried tonight, but I got food and then
Just can't. I gotta finish Hold Your Breath by Katie Ruggles, which is actually really good. And so yeah, Titan's Curse. You can forgive my notes, my post-it note about when we're supposed to read and by what time. So Titan's Curse. Tomorrow. Lots of live streams. I come back from vacation. It's like live stream.
At least you can go on vacation now that we've gone bi-weekly. You're welcome.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. I know. I was just this week is. I'm gonna tell you right now. This week has been a fucking week. Just gonna say that. It's like today was like the Mondayest of Wednesdays I've ever had in my life, and then yesterday was the Mondayest of Tuesdays. My allergies have been really bad. Like I woke up this morning and my ears were like red and swollen from like bites that I've had in the back of my ears.
That's not good.
And like Sunday night, I got like 2 hours of sleep. It's just been bad. It's been a bad week. So I really needed this. I love the live stream. Thank you, everybody. But it's just been a terrible freaking week. And so I was already feeling terrible. And then yesterday I was just like, I was listing all the stuff to my husband. I was just talking to my husband. I'm like, what else? God, what else? Don't do that, because then you're just tempting. Like, I'll give you the what else if you'd like to ask. I would give it to you. And I woke up in the morning with red swollen ears. So don't do it. Don't ever ask what else.
Like saying, what's the worst that could happen in a book, right?
Right? What are you?
And the author kills your favorite character. Die.
Yeah.
You hold up like dismembered penis. That's what could happen. Like that.
It for some reason made me
a full explanation in my vlog. What's we uploaded next week? I'm like ranting in this vlog. I'm just like, like, why did I even think? Like the audacity that I had to think that I could go on a week vacation and come back feeling refreshed and rested. It was like, that's like the biggest joke I ever played on myself, honestly. Yeah, it was really a nice vacation. I just come back and it's terrible. Like, let's just have mediocre lives. But yeah, it's like we didn't, we stayed in our camper, so we didn't have to go to like, we weren't on a plane. We did like the road trip, and we didn't have to go in hotels, and everybody was really good. Like wherever we went, it was like the mask ordinance, and they had like hand sanitizer everywhere. So we were actually really safe, and it was nice. So it was just nice to be able to, you know, leave for a week, but then I come back just like terrible.
Just a change of scenery in general is refreshing.
Yeah. And I've seen like you know, usually with our anniversary trips, like we usually do the same things. We go to California, we go to Six Flags, we go to Catalina Island. I mean, it's nice, it's beautiful, we love it. But we literally do that for the last 11 years. We've done that, you know, except for our 10-year anniversary, we went on a cruise. But like this year we did something different. Like I've never seen the Carlsbad Caverns, which was really freaking amazing. And then, you know, we, you know, went to a couple different things in Texas that I've never seen. So it was great. It was, you know, new and exciting. It's fun, but it's, you know, I come back and it's just terrible. The great part, yeah, vacation part was good.
I feel like you always have to have like a vacation from your vacation. Like you come back and you have to. I finally got, because with San Diego Comic-Con, which is no longer happening this year. So for anyone that didn't know that, super sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But yeah, so I actually had to. I used to do where I would go the 4 days and then I'd go to work on Monday. And someone was finally like, why don't you just take that Monday off and like take a day to refresh? And I was just like, because I could work. And they're like, you could, but try having Monday off and then coming back on Tuesday and see how you feel. I did that last year. I slept like the whole day and I was like, oh my God, I came into work on Tuesday. I'm like, I don't even know who I am. Let's do this. Like, no, let's take care of all your problems. We got this. So
that's what we did. Well, we did most of the driving on, we did all of the driving on Saturday. So Saturday we woke up at 4:30. Yikes. And we left our campsite and we were on the road by 5. And it's a 16-hour drive. Plus all the stops, like you have to stop, go to the bathroom, you have to stop to eat. We have the dogs, they have to stop to go to the bathroom, take a drink. So we didn't end up getting home until 12:30 at night, Sunday morning. So, but we had the whole day Sunday. Like I slept really great Saturday night to Sunday, but Sunday night, I could not fall asleep to save my life. Like you could have punched me in the face and I'd be like, okay, what else? Like,
I don't say it, Nicole. Come on. She didn't say it. Take it back. It's back.
I preferred, like, just knock me out, please. Because I literally could not go to sleep. I don't know why. Like, it's not like I wasn't like, you know, because sometimes like you go to bed and like your bed's not comfortable. You can't get in a comfortable position. It wasn't that. Like I was literally like, I'm comfy. I was just like literally just staring at the ceiling. My husband's asleep in like 20 seconds. Every time I like turned over and I just felt myself like drifting off, like either my husband or my dogs would start snoring. And mind you, I wear earplugs when I go to bed. Every night I wear earplugs and I could hear them through my earplugs. I don't know if my hearing is getting better, like, or if I'm getting earplugs. I don't know. But I'm just like, okay, I need to get like industrial strength earplugs, put that on the shopping list. And then it just went downhill from there. I don't understand. I started the period. I'm just like, I can't. My body's like, no. No.
That happens when I get stressed. I have to, like, I literally put like a podcast or something on just to something to focus on because it's usually something subconscious that's keeping me awake. So if I can do something to focus on something else, I don't know. And that helps me.
I didn't even think about it, which I was so upset. I thought about it literally like 2 days later. I was like, I should have watched like the one channel that I watch on YouTube is Rebel ASMR, like ASMR videos, like the tingling, like relaxation videos, put you to sleep. Like she does really great videos. So if you like ASMR, that channel is really great. Rebel ASMR. So she's really, really good. And so I was like, why didn't I even think about like just putting that on? Like I was awake. Like, why didn't I think about that? And
other things on your mind.
Isn't stay at home the same as lockdown? That I don't know. Because things are opening back up. Like everything's not as locked down as it was like last year when like the pandemic was like so new and things were really like locked down. Like things are opened up, except for California. That whole state is shut down. Don't go to California. Sorry, you're having such a. I know it can only go up from here, right? Yes. It's close. Difference here between stay at home and lockdown is lockdown allows non-essential retail business. That's true. So with lockdown, it's like literally only like essential, like hospitals, like medical office buildings, you know, things that are essential, like are literally the only things allowed to stay open. During stay at home, the only essential businesses. Okay, so different. Depends on the state/country. Yeah. Open to the public. I'm in Canada, so usually, yeah. So you have like, obviously we have like federal regulations like within, you know, the country, but then also you have state and local like governments who can like set, you know, either like masked up, like if you like are required to wear a mask somewhere, like so Phoenix, you know, actually the entire state of Arizona, we're still under like mask. You have to wear a mask if you go into like public situations. That, you know, that's still, there are certain states, I think Texas is one of them. I think we just read that just last week when we were on vacation, that they just announced that they were going to like, they're just opening up, no mask mandate, things like that. So it's literally done like, yeah, there are federal regulations, but it is done like on a state to state basis. I don't really go out too much to know the difference. Grocery store or nail salon. Because I think that, yeah, nail salon, spa, that is essential. I think. Only. I hear you, Elizabeth. I limited grocery store pickup. Yeah, pickup is good. We had to hunker down last March, all closed except for essential businesses. Yeah, last year, March. Yeah, that's when everything like really hit in the United States. Everything closed down in March. Yeah.
Same.
I'm not afraid to go out. I know where to go. Yeah, like where I work in the medical field, so like we're considered essential. We never closed down. There were certain things, there were certain like exams, because I work in outpatient radiology. So there were certain exams that we weren't doing. Like we weren't doing like routine mammography because it's like routine. It was like your screening. It wasn't like you had like an issue, like you had to get like seen right away. That's literally the only thing. But we do other things. We do X-ray, CT, MR, ultrasound. So we were still open for literally all the stuff except for like one modality. And that was only for like a month. It wasn't even for like a long time. Yeah, I read an article, Texas and I think like 3 other states were doing like no mask mandate.
Mississippi's one of them, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that.
I did read an article. I don't know if this is like for everywhere, but there are more people vaccinated than people have like the actual virus. So we're kind of going in the better direction. So opening a bunch more, Alaska is giving the vaccine to
awesome.
Over.
My parents just got their first shot on Tuesday. Went with them at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
And I worked that day. Do you know how many cups of coffee I had? Probably at least a whole pot.
Medical services. Yeah, medical services have to stay open no matter what. We don't close down. I'm wearing my mask. Yeah, even after like mask mandates like open.
Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out for myself, being like, when am I going to feel okay not to wear a mask?
Honestly, even after, like, I still feel like there's going to be lots of people like choosing, like, it's going to be like the choice, you know, that's going to be like the mask mandates have been lifted, but people are still going to choose to wear their mask. It's kind of like going to be like the new thing.
Because you're not going to know who's vaccinated. I know some people who are like, nope, not going to get it. And I'm just like, but why? I mean, that's your choice, but.
Yeah.
And it's just made it weird now. Like, like where I'm at, they never took the virus seriously at all. So it's just been like free for all crazy and just insane. But, you know, it's just like, gross, don't breathe on me. Get away. 6 feet, okay?
6 motherfucking feet.
You want to get like a stick out, being like, you're not far enough.
Yeah, I think Arizona has been one of the worst states too. So
I think we were worse than the whole U.S. at one point. I was like, I don't know how this is possible, but
okay.
I mean, last year was just free for all
in Canada. Yeah, but now that there are more services providing like the vaccine, not just, you know, it's Johnson & Johnson just released their vaccine, I think. So
for Arizona, it's only going to essential workers. They're not allowing it to the general public just yet, but I mean, essential workers.
If you're in a certain age bracket, like if you're the elderly, you can get it. If you're like 65 or 70 and over, you can get your vaccine. But yeah, it's essential workers that are getting the vaccine first here. Liberty over security. See Benjamin Franklin. Yeah. Same in Tennessee. The mask is also so much about passing it on, not just about the person wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
80 plus. Whoa.
80 plus. Holy moly.
Yeah, we're finally at 55 plus.
Oh, okay.
In Arizona.
So we're at 70 plus for a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they had like the ABC group of like depending on your health issues, and then it opened to 55 plus because I know a lot of people that got it. And then
even at my job, you had to like there was like a sign up sheet. You had to tell like where you were at, like what department you worked in, what your what your job title was, and they put you on a list of like basically like a hierarchy of, and it was basically like a sign up list of when you were able to get the vaccine.
Yeah. So
People
true.
don't wear masks.
I still judge people in the stores. I'm just like,
I'll be at home a while. I will be at home a while. Progress. Didn't mean to get all the back. It happens.
Yeah.
Galore. I'm happy to talk about anything I don't. But yeah, it's
don't worry.
Oh, you got the right book up this time.
I don't know why I kept thinking it was the first one. I was like, true. I was just in my mind. I even thought about it too. I picked it up and I put it up and I'm like, I know for sure this is the third one. And then you picked up yours and I was like, nope, I was definitely wrong. I was definitely wrong.
For sure. This is
epic fail.
I miss you too,
We missed everybody. Yeah, I look forward to these live streams. They give me hope.
Yeah. So literally what I was looking forward to, like the live streams, because work is work. No one likes to work. I don't like working for a living. Who does? Who likes working for a living? I wish I was born like a very independently wealthy, like heiress. Like that's the lifestyle that I feel like I would have been perfect for, but it just didn't happen. So, and I didn't marry a billionaire. Like, yeah, he owns his own business and he's a CEO, but it's not like the billionaire CEO. Rude.
Like, Joe, get on it.
There's no 50 Shades around here. I'm like, okay.
I think my favorite is the meme for this one, where they're like wearing a mask below your nose is like a man wearing underwear.
Yeah, wearing their pants. Like, yes.
As soon as someone there was an image that went with that, and I was like, I'm never gonna unsee that. And it's every time I see it when it's down here, I'm just like, there's literally no purpose for you to wear that. You might as well not be wearing it at all.
Yeah, I just had someone say, like at my job, like you're in a medical office building, there are people around, like he's not wearing a mask and he's literally just like making excuses. I'm like, sir, I understand. Like he literally even said, like, I don't believe in masks. Like, okay, that's, yeah, you can think that. But unfortunately, we're a medical office. We have standards that we get from the federal government that we have to abide by. If like the state were to walk in and see you not wearing a mask and, oh, we're not like abiding by, federal regulations, we can get shut down. So no, I'm not going to potentially lose my job and have my office shut down because you don't want to wear your mask. If you don't want to wear your mask, you can sit outside. I don't want to have this conversation with you. I don't want to hear your excuses. I'll go by.
That's the same guy from a couple months ago, a different one.
It's a different one.
Okay, different. I just was all I wanted to know. I was kind of curious.
They didn't take health issues into consideration, Nicole, for getting the vaccine.
Yeah, they did originally. That was something originally, but then they switched to the age group because I know that there were people that I know friends that have health issues who were like the next group getting ready to go in with health issues. And then they changed it to the age group and they're like, okay, well, what about me? Like I'm high risk. I have immunocompromised. Yeah.
If you're high risk and you can support that documentation, then yeah.
It was originally, but not
yeah,
so much.
Definitely. The more vaccine we're getting, the more, lighten up on the, the whole hierarchy thing.
I will say when my parents went and got theirs, like it was very efficient. So
good.
Hopefully, like as long as the supply continues to come, I feel like the vaccination will happen for the whole state. I don't know, by end of summer, probably before that, but for the people that want it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I've got my whole family invading me in the summer. Just like all that, there's like we're showing up. It's like, oh,
fantastic! Show me your vaccination papers. Where's your sticker? Your vaccine sticker. I want to see it.
They didn't even offer the sticker. I saw like a whole little roll of them. I'm like, can we get two of those? I thought I was supposed to be driving, and they're like, no, we just wanted you to go to see if you could get one. And I was like, I don't want to take one away from someone who needs it. Like, I can wait.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, I live with them, so it's like I don't want them to die from me going to the grocery store. I don't know. Nicole, you know me. I overthink. Everyone in book club, I'm an overthinker. Hello, how are you?
I mean, for your order of operations at work, that I don't know. Literally, it was just like a document you put in. You know, I'm sure if you were to call and say, "Hey, I have like a health concern," they would move you up on the list. It was literally just like a document where you put your employee number, your job title, and where you work, and they kind of gave you whatever time they had available based on. Because obviously they want to give the vaccine when we had such a short number given to us for like our network, like our Honor Health network. We're one of the biggest medical services in Arizona, next to Banner. So when it first rolled out, when the vaccine first rolled out, it was basically like a sign up sheet. So you give all that information, and they would say, okay, so you're not really as high risk as like a nurse who's actually working in a COVID ICU unit. Like I work in registration in an outpatient imaging facility, which we don't even allow patients that come in that have COVID. So it's like, I don't see COVID on a daily basis, not like nurses who are on the floor every day kind of thing. So I was happy to like wait and like take a step back and be like, oh yeah, like I don't need it, like go. So like there are actually like nurses and doctors and medical assistants and that actually work on a day-to-day basis with, in the COVID ICU or with cancer patients that are high risk. And so they want to protect the patients that they work with. So now that it's like we're getting a higher number of vaccines, it could be different. But I'm sure like if you were like, even if you did work in like my position and you were like high risk, like if you were immunocompromised, if I was in that situation, I could just like email like employee health and be like, hey, I'm at a higher risk. Can I have that in consideration? And they probably would have said yes, but I didn't. So I didn't ever go to that extra step. So sorry for that long-winded explanation.
Sorry.
It's like, it's just very, very,
It happens. Oh man.
Wife is a nurse. Yeah. See, like there are like people who actually work with like COVID patients in ICU and on a COVID floor. Like, give them the vaccine. They should have
give it to them first. I can wait.
I can definitely, that's like, that was my mentality, so. And actually, like before, like, because usually, like in the wintertime, I always get like some sort of cold, like always, like knock on wood. Let's just knock on wood for this.
Everybody.
Like, as I'm saying this, because I'm having such a shitty week before this.
And don't say, God, what can you throw me next? Don't say it. Knock on wood.
For my health, God, thank you. But I'm just saying, like, before this even happened, like I usually always would get some sort of cold, like in the wintertime. It would always happen, you get the cold, everyone gets a cold, and for like the last like 3 years before the pandemic happened, like I haven't got a cold like in the wintertime. I'm like, thank God. Knock on wood. So it's like I've been having a really great immune system so far.
I feel like I get sick like once every 2 years, like, but when I do, I get sick hard. So like I'm out.
Yeah.
And this 2020 was supposed to be the year that I kicked it for my 2-year thing. So I was just like, maybe all the mask wearing was helpful because I'm just nervous for what's going to happen at the end of this year because it's going to be like, oh, you skipped a year.
Skipped a year.
I get allergies. Okay, that's terrible. And I've now started to get migraines, which I know I can't say anything, Nicole, because you get them all the time. But I don't do well with pain. Okay, I just don't do well with it.
Yeah, chronic migraine sufferer get 3 to 6 migraines a month. So
yeah, I can barely survive it when I get one, and I can't tell if it's because I've had too much coffee, not enough water.
That, like, the guessing game is fantastic. Like, am I dehydrated? Have I had too much caffeine, too little caffeine? Is it the stuff I'm eating? Like what?
Stuff in the air because of the wind? Is it allergy season?
I'm on day, like usually like red wine, like will give me a migraine, but I'm on day 3 of migraine. I have a migraine right now. So I'm like, let's just fucking drink wine. Let's just do it. Like, let's do it.
If it makes you feel better, Nicole, and have change in air pressure, that'll probably set it off.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive to barometric pressure.
I wasn't before, but now I am.
I
used to love rain, and now it's just like it wants to try and kill me.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
I don't like it. Migraine. Yeah, they're terrible. I hate them.
I feel like migraines you can't even take anything for.
I have to alternate between medications because it's like I build like such an immunity to it if I take it, since I take it so often. There was a time where like nothing would work for me. Like I've been taking like Tylenol since I was like 10 years old. So it's like, okay, no more Tylenol. Like, and then I moved to like ibuprofen or different kind of like NSAIDs, and I was on like a natural supplement, and then that stopped working. I was on like the natural supplement had like feverfew in it. And I actually read up on this. Like if you take a natural supplement, feverfew, just if it has that in there, and then you stop taking it, your migraines will come back worse. I'm like, fantastic. That's great. Thank you.
Like trying to quit coffee cold turkey, right?
So I was like, when I stopped taking like the natural supplement, I was like, why are my migraines so much worse? And I did like research on it. So it's like, oh, that's just like the feverfew. I'm like, great, thanks. I wish I'd known before.
I was trying to tell myself that I'm going to slowly take down my level of coffee intake, and that'll go for a few days. And then I'm just like, well, this is a really terrible day, so let's just drink all the coffee. And then I'm like, well, we're starting over again.
I've been looking for like all kinds of stuff, like shots. I'm looking at like the daith piercing in your ear. I was looking at like Botox injections. I'm like, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Like, shoot me with everything.
Give me all of it.
That's obviously, you know, nothing else is working.
I have a friend that has the ear piercing, and they said that was just like life altering. So
yeah, I've read like so many people, God, yeah, it works. And then I have like the completely opposite side, like where you read like, no, it doesn't do anything, but you get a cute piercing. So I mean, do you really lose if you get the piercing and it doesn't work for your migraines? You still get a cute piercing. So okay, this is a very long time to respond, but Otherworld series by Yasmin.
Shannon's still over there like looking for him. She's like, we got to find the next great book. I love it, Shannon. I love it.
I love the dedication.
No, I agree. It was a cover buy for me at the used bookstore. So they had like the first 3 of them. So I think there's like 7 in the series right now. So.
Okay.
Oh, okay. For a while, ever since I was a youngin'. But okay, yeah, tangents galore. We've been live for nearly 3 hours.
I was like, I have to go to the bathroom.
We've talked about it all. We've talked about the book.
Yeah.
We've talked about handstand sex. We've talked about dismembered penises. We've talked about COVID, vaccines, books. We've talked about it all, honestly. What else do you want on a live stream? Obviously. Is what I use. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me write that down.
You're like, I gotta research this.
I gotta like anything.
Right. Well, I hate to run, but I'm pretty sure Heidi wants to go to bed now. I'm hogging the bedroom. So.
I'm probably like, Nicole, let him move. All right, well, bye.
I had a great time, everyone, and I'll see you next time, maybe. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 24th. We'll tag you in it.
All right. Awesome. So then I have to. Right?
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna end it here. Just look forward to be looking out on our socials, just for everything else that's going to be coming up. We'll make decisions on books that we need to have live streams for, and the ones that we have on deck. But yeah, everybody, you have a wonderful night, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay.
Bye, everyone.